Yeah, and I'm getting BB'd. You know what BB'd is, guys? I'm getting BB'd. Anybody? Anybody want to take a guess? You want to start out with an early morning? Hey, Hal Herman, is he?
I'm here.
Hal's here. Yeah, Hal Herman, always here.
I slept here last night.
Yeah. I'm hearing Hal Herman before I'm hearing Froggy this morning.
That's right, Froggy. We're running a little late.
All right, so what do you think? Should we do a little early morning quiz? I'm getting BB'd.
I know the answer.
Okay, Froggy. I'm sorry, Hal. What is the answer? I'm getting BB'd. What does BB'd mean?
I would imagine it has something to do with your windshield.
My windshield.
BB's a little BB rock because I was coming in with my Uber because I'm still a little intoxicated, and I noticed a couple BBs hitting his windshield, and I was like, "Can you pull over? I got to puke." And then I puked, and then we went and more BBs. So I noticed that the roads are a little rocky.
No, that would be incorrect.
All right. I just made it all up anyway.
Yeah, so you didn't take an Uber in?
No, I drove.
Drunk.
No, I'm completely
Stop.
It's
Sober.
tired.
I'm not even
Excuse me.
joking, guys. I'm not even joking about that.
I'm joking.
Stop it, Froggy.
Hal Herman's a fictitious character
All right,
only used for comedic purposes.
I'm getting
Yes.
BB'd. Anybody? So Froggy and Hal Herman, they're out.
It's
Yes.
not your. I thought it would be your windshield.
Nope.
Is it browbeaten? Is it what BB stands for?
browbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's okay.
That's fairly close. That's you're much closer than Frog Herman
Are you
over
getting
here.
shot with BB guns?
I got another guess.
Hold on. Wait a sec. You go from browbeaten to being shot by BB guns. Now you've gone. You were warm, and now you've gone cold.
It's that game.
So
warmer,
warm-
warmer, colder, colder, colder. I'm colder.
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that game. Yeah.
Are you getting your balls broken?
What?
I was
Yeah,
thinking you're
yeah,
getting your.
yeah, good one.
Okay, so I was
Good
thinking
answer.
balls busted the whole time. I thought somebody was busting your chops. Somebody's,
Breaking
come
your
on.
castanets.
Come on. No, I'm getting BB'd. Come on, nobody.
You stumped us.
Hello, Barbie.
What? Barbie blasted?
Closer.
Barbie bombarded?
Close. Well,
Barbie barrage?
closer.
Oh, God, I need a thesaurus
Closer.
now.
Sir.
Brazen Barbie.
Closer.
Barbie burnout.
Well,
Is the word bitch incorporated into
No.
all this? Okay, all right. I just want to dial that
I'm
back.
going to tell you right now, I'm getting Barbie bullied.
Oh, okay. We never would have gotten that.
I'm getting Barbie bullied. Michelle and Julian are like bullying me to go see Barbie this week.
You know
Spencer
what?
saw it.
Why don't you schedule yourself a very invasive colonoscopy and just give them $50 and tell them to go and have fun.
I'm not due for a colonoscopy
I would
for, I think
4 years.
like 3-4 years. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Get
Listen,
one now.
as opposed to having to see the Barbie movie, schedule one now. A very deep, invasive one,
You have to wear pink.
inch by inch, nook by cranny. Get the whole thing checked out while they go to the movie, because I would rather do that than have to sit through Barbie again.
I just made a note to myself that I think we'll grab some phone calls on this later this morning. So sometime later this morning, I'll bring it up, probably in the long chunk of the show. Folks, did you know that we go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop? Yeah, from about 7:23, 7:24, all the way to about 8:45-ish. We go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ morning show. No commercials, no music. It's just uninterrupted content for an hour and 20 minutes. So maybe during that thing, I might take some phone calls on this. You know, what should I do? I'm getting Barbie bullied by Michelle. They're like, oh, you're not doing the afternoon show. This is the first day. This is the first day of me only working one full-time job a day, the MJ morning show.
What a bum.
And not doing my second show, first time in 22 years.
So you go from the hardest worker in the room to the least hardest worker. All the rest of us work the rest of the day. You're going to be sitting there with your thumb up it.
Guys, I got one foot out the door because, hey, I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to continue after December. Hey, could be earlier. If I don't re-sign, they might throw me off the air faster.
That's really good thinking. That's smart.
That's really good stinking?
No, that's good thinking on your
Oh.
part, just to drop everything and leave us in the lurch.
Well, listen, maybe I'm ready to just cash it all in and just slow down, enjoy things, and hit my bucket list of scuba diving locations.
You are
Listen,
getting older.
I'm
Get
just
attacked by
saying.
a shark. You wish you would have stayed on the air. You're like, I have one leg now. Damn it, I should have kept my radio show.
So I want to take calls later on. What should I do about getting Barbie bullied by Michelle and Julian? Oh, come on, come see the movie. Listen, I'm not disparaging anybody that wants to go see the movie. If you went to see Barbie and you loved it, hey, I'm happy for you. If you have not seen Barbie yet, but you're dying to see Barbie, you're going to see Barbie, listen, I'm not trying to dissuade you. Please go enjoy yourself. Make up your own mind. I'm just saying that where I am, with this movie, I just have no desire to see the movie. I'm not taking anything away from anyone that's like all pink dressed up in a Barbie wacko. I'm not. Listen, that's you. I'm not taking anything away from. I don't want to see it.
I want you to see it so you can tell me if it's suitable for my 6-year-old.
It is not suitable for your 6-year-old. Fester will tell it's adult themed with a lot of things. It's not a kids movie.
Fester said no, but I got 2 yeses.
Then believe them. I mean, what do I know about parenting?
Got 2 yeses from whom?
Yeah.
Neighbors.
You got to think about this, MJ. How many crappy movies have you made your family sit through that you recommended?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I haven't been to the theater much in years because, I put in a pretty nice home theater in my place and stuff, was out fast enough that I was able just to wait. There's enough content out there that I've been able to, fill my free time with as many movies as I wanted to see that were available. Now, with Oppenheimer, that got me back into the theaters for the first time in years. I tried to do the math. I think it was 2016. I think I went to the movies with Oppenheimer opening weekend the first time in about 7 years. It's been a while, but we watch a ton of movies, so I don't think that really translates, Froggy. And I don't make people sit. I don't force them to watch a movie in my house. So I've got the Barbie dilemma. I'm getting Barbie bullied by Julian, my son, and Michelle. They want to go see Barbie this week, and I'm like, So I'm going to take some phone calls later on. And I also want to know about these neighbors that are telling you that it's okay to take your 6-year-old.
Kind of terrible parents.
Yeah.
You didn't live in your neighborhood.
They said that the jokes are over her head. They'll be over her head.
All right. Just getting rolling, folks. It's a pretty busy Monday. I'm looking at my list of crap to do. It's going to be a pretty jammed up program. Don't move. MJ Morning Show just getting rolling Monday morning. Pat's got traffic. Back in a minute.
Well, here.
Show on Q105. Man, I made some noise and I got some action around here. All right, you got the MJ show here with Roxanne and me, MJ, and Fester and Froggy. Why do you have a look of disgruntlement? And
It's not disgruntlement.
Hold on, you just had
Yeah.
I'm talking.
It was a funja.
No, you just had a funja sourpuss face on, and you
Hardly.
kind of looked away like.
No, it's how you celebrate victories around here.
Okay.
I mean, you've been making all kinds of noise for a studio for going on 3 years, and they haven't moved an inch. Like the glaciers have moved more than management has moved on your new studio. And then you're like, oh, they changed an EMF song for me. Woohoo! I complained and they listened.
Why are you right in front of your microphone? It sounds like you're off mic.
I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm barely a radio guy.
Let's just take it as a win, Fest.
I mean,
No, I'm just saying that they put EMF in, because we're the 80s and more.
yes.
And EMF is 90s, so that would be the more.
What do you think the M stands for in EMF?
More?
More.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
there you go. No,
I think
so
it's eat more fruit, right?
we played EMF, I don't know, like a month ago, and I'm like, wrong version. It started out with the music, just like the guitar, instead of it starting out with the, oh! See, that's the way it should start. That's the faster, more juiced up, kind of like single top 40 radio version. And, we come out of a Q105 jingle and it was like just the dun, 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 just the music. I'm like, what is that? I was expecting the oh. So I complained about it, and it's been fixed. Look at that. I like when I get some action around here.
Froggy, it has nothing.
That's about the only action I'm
Yeah,
getting
I
around
was
here.
about to say, I don't even think
Yeah.
they're paying
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
All right. It has nothing to do with eat more fruit, by the way.
No.
Oh, no, definitely.
It
is.
has to do with Epsom salts, right?
Yeah. Epsom Mad Funkers.
Epsom Mad Funkers.
I
According
like
to
eat
their
more fruit better.
Yeah.
according to their Wikipedia,
All right.
nothing to do with fruit or vegetables. It's not EMV.
Does it say anything about them getting away with the first curse word in music history?
We talked about that in the past. That has come up.
What the bleep?
If you listen, and I think that
I remember being a kid and being like, yeah, they're saying the F word.
also, isn't it Blomer? Isn't that in there as well?
I think he was mad at the engineer during that take.
I'm sorry. So, like I said, there was a radio company back in like 91 when that thing was a hit, right? 91-ish. There was a radio company, a big company. It was Nationwide Insurance. So Nationwide is on your side, unless you got canceled by them. But listen, they used to own radio stations. Nationwide used to own radio stations. And I remember distinctly there was an edict that none of their radio stations could play EMF. And they had some big top 40 radio stations around the country. Nationwide Insurance, a nationwide station. I think Columbus, Ohio, they had a big one. Nationwide might even been based out of Columbus, Ohio.
Whoa.
But they were not allowed to play. Because it is believed by some that what the they would say, and the record company would say, no, they're saying what the funk, F-U-N-K.
Well,
But many thought that it was what the F, another word that does not have an N in it.
they have the word funk in the name of their band.
Yes,
Because they're
yeah.
the Epsom Mad Funkers.
Right. But it was believed by many that they pulled off a major wambuki, and here you had radio stations all over the country playing that song, EMF. Unbelievable! Where the F-bomb was just flying so many times during the song. And then with Dice, numerous times saying, Blomer! So that's another thing. Yeah, Andrew wants to weigh in from the producer's booth.
How many times over the years did you play Who Are You by The Who?
Not many, because I didn't.
couple, but
I
maybe-
didn't
But
work.
you must have at some point somewhere heard it on the radio.
I'll tell you, we played the Who more making fun of
Yeah.
CSI shows
Right.
than we
Granted.
ever played
Yeah.
any other way.
But
Who's the redheaded dude on one of the CSI shows? David
David.
Caruso.
Yes.
Yeah, David Caruso. We played that hook. Did you ever pull that, the one I wanted? Did you ever remember?
Probably, yeah.
Right. So bring that up quickly and just let me know when you have it. No, we would make fun of CSI. Fester's 100% right, because the show would open up with like some mystery or a dead body, and then you'd have David Caruso that would drop some kind of a zinger line.
Yeah.
Like, let me...
That was CSI Miami. That was the real CSI Vegas wasn't quite as egregious as CSI Miami.
Right. For instance, like he'd be in Miami, and they'd find an illegal gambling game, right? All right, get ready with it. So let's say they'd find an illegal gambling setup in Miami.
An operation, huh?
Illegal gambling operation, some secret door like a speakeasy behind some bar or nightclub, and there's a death, there's a murder inside this casino setup, and let's say, the dead guy was draped across the craps table. And like the opening scene, they'd show all the action in the illegal casino setup in Miami, and the dice are rolling, the roulette wheel's spinning, people are playing blackjack, and then it cuts to next. Everyone's having fun, they're drinking, and then it cuts to the place is crawling with CSI, the yellow crime tape is going on, the dead body is draped across the craps table, and like David Caruso would say something like, "Looks like he crapped out."
Or they find a big fat guy that was dead in the middle of a ditch.
Right.
And they'll take his glasses off and look at him, and he'll say, "Looks like something was weighing on his mind."
So
But they're never good.
That's really bad.
that's like the only time, because they opened the show with like that David Caruso zinger, and
Or
then,
if he got killed by a screwdriver, it'd be like, "This guy definitely got screwed."
Redemption. That was good. That was a good one.
I need to watch
So
this.
in that respect, Andrew, we've played the Who, but
Yeah.
what's your point? What's your bigger point?
yeah,
In the Who Are You?
Yep.
There are 2 major F-bombs.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
that get played on like classic
That
rock
used
stations
to
all
get
the time.
played all the time.
Right.
Nobody complained about it back before Janet.
Before Janet exposed her nipple on the Super Bowl, and then
Yeah, nobody complained
yeah,
about things
yeah.
back then.
yeah. Hey, what time is it? 6:27. Yeah, I got time to do this. Oh, by the way, I bought a new Mega Millions last night.
Oh, good luck.
Mega Millions is up to $1 billion now. So Mega Millions is kind of the redheaded stepchild of the national lottery deals. Powerball is like forefront, top of mind, and Mega Millions not quite as much. But hey, it's $1 billion.
Yeah, I don't even know what Powerball is this week.
So, I did win $20 on my last ticket. So I spent $30, I got 20 back. So that's not bad. As far as that goes, I got
Still a loss.
I got it. Is, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got 2/3 of my money back though. Is the point that on Mega Millions last week when it was $910 million, I bought $30 worth because I bought 10 games with the Mega Plier, so $3 a piece is $30. And I was at Publix last night. I just had to get some cucumbers, and I cashed. I had them scan my old ticket from, what was that, Friday's drawing?
Yeah.
Friday night, and I knew I didn't win because nobody won. It rolled over. Now it's $1 billion for Tuesday, tomorrow night, and the lottery machines make that noise when they scan and there's a winner, and that's sort of to let you know that you're not getting ripped off, because there are stories where people would go to some of the convenience stores. I'm not talking about specifically here in Tampa, but I've heard the stories around the country that people would go to like the convenience stores, and there have been incidents where the clerks have said, "Oh, no, sorry, not a winner," and it was a winner, and the clerk kept the ticket for themselves to cash it in personally. That's happened. So I did get 20 back. So they scan my ticket at the Publix customer service counter, and it goes, "Da-da!"
So did they ask you if you wanted to roll it over or if you wanted
No,
to
they
pay
just,
for your cucumbers?
They just said no, because I didn't bring. This is before I bought my cucumbers.
okay.
How do you
Yeah,
say
a-
cucumber?
As I'm walking in, that's right. Yeah.
How do you say?
Hilaria Baldwin. How do you say cucumber? With her fake Spanish accent, because she's born in Boston and she's pretending like she was born in Mallorca, Spain.
Yes.
I mean, she. I can't believe the fraud that she is. That Hilaria Baldwin, Alec Baldwin's. So Froggy is just pointing out that she was on the Today Show a number of years ago. Here she is. She's American, born in Boston, and she's pretending like she's has this Spanish accent. Like she. I mean, that's like sociopathic.
I think it is.
And
yeah.
then the fact that I went to Publix to buy cucumbers, Froggy's just bringing up the how do you say cucumber?
How do you say?
How do you say cucumber in English?
Cucumbers.
I mean, she. It's unbelievable.
I love her.
You don't.
And she loves Spain.
Yeah, but I was excited that I handed over my ticket and it went da-da! And then it pops up on the screen, $20 winner. I'm like, all right.
Nice.
So, listen, I expected to lose all 30. Here I'm getting 20 back. I only gave $10 to the Mega Millions, folks.
It's a real gambling mind.
So I did say, hey, parlay that.
Great.
Let's parlay that into Tuesday's drawing.
What a
So
gambling man.
I dropped another 10 spot. So I'm playing another 10 games with the Mega Plier.
All in.
Yeah, really. So I'm in for tomorrow night for a $30 investment on the $1 billion deal. Oh, I didn't even get to what I wanted to get to here. But I tell you what, I'm pretty excited because we got some early morons in the news next. Yep, the early idiot stories will roll in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. And don't forget, we got another $1,000 today. It is the MJ Cash Stash every day this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your chance to win $1,000 every single day. Between 9 and 9:20 this morning, I'm going to give you the new MJ Cash Stash song. I'll give it to you between 9 and 9:20, and then anytime after that, but guaranteed before 6 p.m., the song will play. When you hear it play, be the seventh caller and win $1,000. And it happens today and every day this week. We've already given away 15 grand, another 5 grand this week. It's going to make 20 grand after this week. Talk about, talk about unbelievable. Yeah, talk about that. All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, a couple of our great sponsors. right, 6:41. It is the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here on a Monday morning. A whole new week of MJ Morning Show crapcasting has begun, and the early morons in the news. Man, I got some tasty stuff this morning. Let's go semi-local first. Let's go to Seminole County, home of that fine tax collector. Remember that crazy tax? Was it Joel or something? Man, that's a crazy damn story. So Seminole County, just to our kind of east, northeast-ish. Yeah, so north and then east.
Yeah, it's on I-4 as you head toward that side of the state.
Yeah, so Seminole County, this is Sanford Police in Seminole County, said a woman was accused of throwing boiling water into a man's face on Friday. Now, let me ask you a question. Logistically speaking, and listen, I'm not much of a nitpicker. You know me. I don't really zero in on,
Never.
You don't hyper focus on
No.
too many things.
Never. No. So, can you really throw boiling water? Is it still boiling like it's on the stove? I don't think the water was still like bubbling and boiling.
Right. As soon as you lift it off the stove,
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna,
stopped.
because you can picture, when you're cooking and you step away from the stove and the water bubbles over, and all you have to do to get it to stop is to pick the pot up, and then it goes back into the pot. So I don't think it would be boiling and bubbling like a witch's cauldron when she threw it in his face.
And that is very well put, very descriptive. Hey, Froggy, by the way, before I finish the story, could you tell me, please, the boiling point of water?
Oh, I believe that's 98.6 degrees. In your face.
Did you say in my face?
That's right.
Dude, you're not even close.
Really?
98.6?
Maybe if you're talking Celsius.
Is
you're
that the
close.
temperature of the
close
mouth?
if
I
it's
think that's the
Celsius.
temperature of the mouth.
98.6 is like normal body temperature. But then I thought I read something some years ago that's not right. That 98.6 has been accepted as human body temperature, but actually human body temperature, it's like slightly different. But
and it's not Celsius, by the way. Human body temperature is Fahrenheit.
hold on, did you say Celsius?
No, you did.
You hold on.
I'm
You
kidding.
said you're not even close, and then I said you'd be close if you were talking Celsius.
I didn't say that.
I said it.
Okay, yeah. No, it's Fahrenheit. I would never say.
All right.
Don't listen. Don't even mess with stuff. You don't need to look that up.
I
No.
know you know your Fahrenheits from your
All right.
Celsius. Okay.
Froggy, seriously.
Yeah.
Water. Did you look it up?
Did I look up what? No, I don't have anything in my hands.
So hold on. You don't know at what temperature?
yes, I do.
Hey, Roxanne.
I'm not dumb. I know what it is.
Roxanne, did you look it up?
No. I looked up body temperature. You can look at my computer.
At what temperature does water boil?
100 degrees Celsius.
Wrong. I know what it is.
It might be. I don't know.
It
It might be 100. I don't know what the Celsius is.
Hold on. All right.
212 Fahrenheit.
You guys have all looked it up. Come on.
All right, hold on.
You know why you guys are just cheating in here?
Nobody's cheating.
I just guessed.
So you had no idea. Did you know that it was 212 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yes, but I go by the Celsius
No,
system.
you don't go by this. Will you stop it?
Liar.
Would you stop it?
trying to
You
sound
don't-
all smart.
You don't go by this.
She's like, oh my God, it's 36 today.
You don't use
It's so
Celsius.
hot.
What are you talking about?
Oh, my.
So you listen, honesty. Did you look it up?
No, I swear I did not. No, Fester's standing right
No,
here.
she
Fester,
is,
did I
like-
look it up? No,
No,
my hands have been.
She happens to be a wizard at the.
Did you know that it was 212 degrees Fahrenheit that water boils?
Sounds right.
No, did you know specifically that it was 212?
If you would have put a gun to my head and say Satan Fahrenheit now, I would have converted it to 212.
No, you wouldn't. All right, Frog, you had no idea, did you?
No, I was sticking with 98.6.
Festa, did you know that water boiled at 212 degrees?
I'm almost embarrassed to admit yes.
Well, you were a cook.
But that's the kind of thing you learn like in third grade. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't take cooking in third grade. the hell?
let me get back to the boiling water story. How did this all start? Oh, because the story is that woman throws boiling water into guy's face in Seminole County.
So make no bones
And-
about it. You take it off the
it's
off the stove.
It's very, very, very
Yeah, it's
hot
hot.
water, but I don't think it's technically boiling once you lift it off the stove. And I'm a stickler for detail.
Right. But I mean, it's scalding hot
Yeah.
because you're always worried as a parent. Like, you always put stuff on the back burner so the kid doesn't run through the kitchen and pull the pan or pot down on them. right?
I put it on the front burner to teach them to slow down.
Sanford police over near Orlando, Sanford police said that a woman accused of throwing boiling water into a man's face on Friday is facing charges. Well, I would assume so. According to the arrest report, the suspect, 26-year-old Leona Spates. By the way, that's Lynn apostrophe A. So does that apostrophe change the way? Is it Leon? I mean,
It's Leona.
Leona Spates appeared to be cooking as another woman in the home was checking on her. The woman told police she saw a pot of boiling water and assumed that Spates was preparing a meal. The report said when the woman left the room, she heard her boyfriend screaming in the bedroom. The man told police he woke up to Spates throwing a pot of boiling water on his face. According to the arrest report, Spates allegedly told the woman that the man had to leave. The two women got into a physical altercation, according to the police report. When talking to the police after they showed up, Spates said that she was uncomfortable with the man being at the home. Sanford police said that Spates claimed that she'd previously asked the man to leave the residence several times. The other woman who was in the home was treated for injuries from the fight with Spates. So you got a woman that's injured in the fight. You got a guy that had nearly boiling water thrown in his face while he was sleeping in the other room. My God.
Was the water boiled just for throwing on this guy, or did she cook a nice pasta dish beforehand?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Was she getting ready to make some Kraft macaroni and cheese, or was she boiling eggs or
The
potatoes?
cheesiest.
Yeah.
That's the homeless guy, remember?
I remember.
Spates was taken into custody on charges of aggravated battery causing bodily harm and domestic violence battery. How about that?
Dude, she goes to jail. She can get a job in the kitchen.
Dude, that's nasty. That is nasty, nasty stuff when you throw boiling or near boiling water into someone's face.
Yeah, you want them to be.
Would you rather have boiling water or acid in the face?
that's a toughie.
Yeah, boiling water.
Yeah.
If I were to have to choose, I mean, I don't want either. I don't want boiling water or acid, but I would have to say,
you had a choice.
yeah,
had a choice.
I'm going with boiling water. Well, what kind of acid?
Sulfuric.
Yeah, I'll take the hot water in my face.
Right? Citrus.
Wuss.
But from a police affidavit standpoint, is the defense attorney, or I'm guessing that it's going to be a public defender. I'm guessing it's going to be a fine public defender for this,
Yeah.
for Seminole County that's going to represent this woman. Is the public defender going to say, yes, maybe cross-examining the detective or the arresting officer on the stand, was the water really boiling? Did you take the temperature of the water? And also, I've got another question.
Yes.
If water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit and that's thrown in your face, is there any difference if it's sub-boiling? If it's like 209, 208,
No.
200?
I think they still call it boiling.
Don't they say in your house that your hot water heater should not be like above 120? Don't they say that? Isn't that?
Who's that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying like the National Plumbers Association.
what do they
Hey,
know?
Festa, Google that quickly.
Okay, well, you're Googling that for $1,000. What is the boiling point of water in Kelvin system? Remember Kelvin?
Who is this, Kelvin?
You know Kelvin?
Well, Kelvin is a color temperature.
it's thermodynamics.
I thought Kelvin is a color temperature.
It's
like
also
like lighting at 5,000 K, 3,000 K. The Kelvin is lighting.
well, it's also temperature, and the answer is 373. So nobody wins $1,000 today.
So you're looking. I'm telling you.
So
that-
the CDC recommends water heaters
yeah,
not to exceed 120
yeah, that's what I
degrees
said.
Celsius.
Yeah. For whatever reason, that stuck in my head because if your water is too hot in the house, if the water heater's set too heavy, and it could be at 130, 140, that could be a big problem because you don't want like your kids to get scalded or burned. But anyway, man, is that a moron story or what?
Ah,
Lady throwing
yeah.
hot water on a guy like sleeping in the other room
He
because
does.
she doesn't want him in the house?
He left though, right? I mean,
Yeah, in an ambulance. Yeah, the guy. My God. All right, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show. You know what we didn't get to? We didn't get to that manatee story last week. We probably should bring that up. That's a weird. We talked about it in the room. We just didn't get around to it. We probably should.
His name's Fester.
So I got a couple of updates. Oh, and Are you a Christian woman if you call a little kid a fat ass? Hold on. The Christian woman and the fat ass. Hold on. We got to get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show. You got to hear this story. This is nuts. And it's on the way in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. 7:02.
Hold on, before you go any further, do you want to explain what you meant when you said a non-smelly Phil Collins going into Invisible Touch?
Oh, so you're saying that...
You remember this story?
I know what you mean.
So
I know what you mean.
Are you saying that some people might not know what I'm talking about, and I'm taking it for granted that people know what I'm referring to when I said, here's a non-smelly Phil Collins?
I don't know that people think of Phil Collins generally, the broad public, as just an overly smelly man.
And you know what? I might be unfair to Phil, to be quite honest.
This
because,
is allegedly, okay?
Well, it's allegedly, and it also has to do with his estranged wife and that whole deal. All right, so folks, if you were just listening at the beginning of Phil Collins, lead singer on that Genesis song, Invisible Touch, or if you're just tuning in, when the song started, we came out of the commercial break, and I said, I don't know, MJ Morning Show, blah, 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 and here's a non-smelly Phil Collins. And then he started to sing. I'm referring to the fact that Phil Collins' estranged wife, this is like a year and a half ago, they're like in this bitter embroilment when it comes to their relationship, their marriage. She started flinging all kinds of like accusations that Phil doesn't shower and he smells awful. He hasn't brushed his teeth like in weeks. I mean, she made all kinds of crazy allegations. Seriously.
No, she said he never brushes his teeth.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember some of the quotes, but it was nuts. So Phil Collins' estranged wife, and it was just a nutty story, and she was just leveling all these crazy personal hygiene accusations at Phil Collins. So at the beginning of the song, when I said, here's a non-smelly Phil Collins, I was referring to the fact that song, Invisible Touch, I believe came out in the summer of 1986.
That might have been his prime stink era. You don't know. He could have been a stank ass then.
Or the estranged wife might be just bat crap crazy
Or that.
and has made up all the stuff about Phil's personal hygiene. I mean, I personally have not sniffed Phil.
I'll sniff
Have you
Phil.
sniffed Phil?
I want to sniff Phil.
Hey, Fester, you sniffed Phil?
No, but I would like to.
Roxanne, have you sniffed Phil?
No, but
Would you like to sniff Phil?
Yeah,
you want
but
to do some Phil?
I want to know if does
Would you
Phil
like to get your Phil?
I'd like to get my fill. My nose would like to get its fill of Phil.
Okay.
And Phil has 5 children. I'm trying to see if he has any children with this woman. That's kind of a mean thing to say about the father of your kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that this was a kind of a later
I thought
relationship.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe
She was
it is.
around more recently.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're Phil Collins and you write this song, Invisible Stench.
No, Invisible Touch.
No, but Mike changed it to that. Mike for Mike and the Mechanics, right?
I seem to have an invisible stench.
You know, Phil, I don't know if it's going to be such a commercial hit. Let's change it.
Oh, Invisible Touch?
Yes.
So what I was referring to is I don't think Phil, if he did smell, I don't think he smelled back when they recorded that song with Genesis. All right, moving along. Are you a Christian woman if you call kids brats, fat asses, and push them off rafts at a water park?
Hell yeah, kids need to know.
Just out of curiosity. Now, I would have absolutely bet the farm that this would have been a Florida story, but no. This is Ohio. This is from our friends at Smoking Gun. I love that website. A self-described Christian woman and grandmother arrested at an Ohio water park after witnesses told police she called the child a brat and a fat ass and then pushed him off a floating toy.
Well, that sounds pretty judgy, and you're not really supposed to judge if you're Christian.
Well, that's not true. You don't know me Christian. They're all judgy.
Cops responding to a disorderly conduct complaint at the Cedar Point Shores Water Park. You know, Cedar Point is that big, Ohio amusement park. They're famous for some of the best roller coasters in the country and even the world.
I went when I was a kid.
Yes.
It was outstanding.
I have never been to Cedar Point, but I'm well aware of Cedar Point. So they have a water park as well. And they spoke with Jennifer Hutton, cops did, 32, and described the confrontation in the kids' pool. In the interview with police, the suspect identified herself as Jennifer Lee Miller, provided a cop with her date of birth, home address, phone number, while admitting she called a boy a brat but denied swearing at the child, said she didn't touch the minor. She said she was a Christian woman, a grandmother, and she would never do such a thing.
All right, she's standing by her.
But then witnesses contradicted her claims, and a cop warned Miller that she'd be charged with disorderly conduct if there was another incident. After departing the water park, the cop determined that Miller had provided him with a phony name, fake address, fake phone number that just rang busy. When subsequently confronting her about the discrepancies, the woman claimed to not have her ID on her, and she felt like she was being harassed. The woman eventually admitted that her name was Janet Nail, Nale, or is that Nale? And that she was arrested for obstruction, a misdemeanor, placed in a Sandusky, Ohio police cruiser. She lied about all of her information and had no reason for doing so, the officer noted. Yeah, according to her Facebook page, she has worked at home health care, lives in Michigan. Anyway, she said that I'm a Christian woman. This is a grandmother. I'm a Christian woman. And witnesses said that she called another child a brat, called the kid a fat ass, and pushed him off of the floating raft.
Was it
or
like
toy, whatever.
And did you say how old the kid was?
We don't have the age of the kid.
Okay.
Just a boy.
Listen,
She called the child a brat and a fat ass.
And you don't push.
What are you laughing at?
Does your teacher ever call you a fat ass?
I think yes. In Spanish class, we had to take Spanish names, and mine was El Gordo.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, for
You were really El Gordo?
for the first 2 weeks until we learned what Gordo meant.
Who named you El Gordo?
Well, the teacher's going around the room like, there was Michael, and he was, okay, Michael,
Miguel.
and we're going to call you Miguel. And then Dominic, El Gordo.
No.
And then my friend Frank was Franco.
Stop. The teacher did not call you El Gordo.
All right, she didn't.
So how'd you get El Gordo? Who named you El Gordo?
Everybody else.
Oh.
Like in the day in Spanish class where we learned what the word fat meant.
Everybody looked at you and laughed.
They all looked right at me.
Gordo.
Let's come closer to home here. The Sarasota, the whole Moat Marine deal with the manatee death. Now, we had this in the pile last week. We just didn't get around to it. But the story has picked up steam and it got some national attention. For instance, I pulled this from NBC News. This is from the NBC News national website. Are you guys up to speed on the man? I had it in the pile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and I can't believe it.
I know nothing of this until you just spoke these words out of your mouth.
Oh, I thought, okay.
And I'm because I was gone on Friday, remember?
So I saw this Thursday, and it was Hugh and the bro.
Yeah.
And
So Hugh the manatee wanted to get it on with his brother. And,
Gosh.
what's his brother's name?
well, actually, Hugh passed.
Yeah, Hugh's the one that died.
Hugh was the one that died.
But it was like the headline was like manatee's cause of death is sex with his brother.
Yeah.
What?
It's insane.
The brother's name is Buffett.
Yeah, that's right, Buffett.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know if the brother was named after Warren Buffett
Probably Jimmy.
or Jimmy
or
Buffett.
Probably like he ate a buffet. That's why he's the size of a manatee.
No,
Is he-
it's not buffet. It's Buffett.
Yeah, it's 2 T's.
I mean, Buffett.
There's a spelling difference.
This is a crazy story, and I had this in the pile last week. I just didn't get around to it, but it's gotten like a ton of national attention. This manatee dies at the Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium down in Sarasota, and it happened apparently on April 29th, but we're just finding why the delay. Why the manatee sex homicide delay here?
I mean, they should have lied.
Now, Hugh was 38 years old, died unexpectedly back on April 29th. But again, the story just comes out last week.
I feel like this is humiliating for Hugh for this information to come out.
It is humiliating.
It's Hugh. Hugh.
Sure is.
The manatee's name is Hugh, Hugh, and it's Hugh. It's funny.
Is this a thing that happens in the manatee world?
That's a very good question.
I mean, that's odd.
Yeah, and well, now I guess they're finally talking about this. The injury was most likely the result of sex with his brother. Moat insisted that Hughes' handlers had never believed that he was in any danger. On the day of Hughes' passing, Hugh and Buffett engaged in natural yet increased mating behavior. Well, if they're both, is Buffett, I thought.
How can they have natural?
Yeah, if Buffett is
How do manatees work?
if Buffett's a male and Hugh was a male,
Yes.
Maybe it's not uncommon for them to be affectionate with each other
Yeah.
in that very giving or taking way.
Well, or maybe Hugh and Buffett are just checking the box on a couple little kinks here with Princess Roxanne.
little
this isn't-
manatee.
Roxanne,
I got a
Roxanne,
thing
what
for
do you-
prop scars,
they're not in
Hugh.
Manatee Community College, okay? They're not trying
I want to rub my thing on your prop scars. All right, so
Buffett's like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
all right, this
I
is
told you.
the first time such a heightened mating behavior is witnessed between two manatees. A necropsy performed by Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, their marine mammal pathology lab, found that the fatal wound was a 14.5 centimeter long tear in the ventral wall of his colon. All right, so you can do the
We can do
the
the
math on that. Hugh and Buffett were observed initially and mutually seeking interactions from each other
Guys,
throughout the day, and there was
relax.
no obvious signs of discomfort or distress, such as listing, crunching. What is crunching?
Maybe crunching, you mean like
This
how
is
they...
making me feel weird.
Yeah, this is...
Following the direction of the veterinarians, distraction rather than physical separation was chosen. Anyway, Hugh's dead.
Yeah.
And Buffett
Is in manatee jail,
is to
hopefully.
blame.
His brother.
This is crazy.
Put your fins behind your back, Mr. Buffett.
I mean, is that normal for like two male manatees to try to mate and then you end up with a colon tear? And
Oh, did you know what these two, Hugh and Buffett, were famous for?
Doing it?
Yeah, I know exactly what they're famous for now.
apparently that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they're the two brothers that.
Well, they gained fame from picking NFL Super Bowl championship teams.
Well, that's a lot of stress.
Oh yeah.
Hugh picked
correct-
all.
Yeah.
Hugh picked
I
all
thought
the
you
tight
were.
ends.
I thought you were going to say they were in Free Willy or something. I don't know. They did cameos in Free Willy. It's 7:14 now at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Also, $1,000 on the way to win today. We'll give you details on the MJ Cash Dash next. So stand by. Hey, if you're making a move. Right now, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show. 1 hour, 20 minutes every morning at this time. Monday through Friday, we start an hour and 20 minutes with no interruption, no commercials, no music, just an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show content. Who does that? I don't think anyone does this across the country. Hour and 20 minutes nonstop?
I know a couple of podcasts. They don't do an hour and 20 minutes and 5 episodes.
Hey, heads up for the $1,000 Cash Dash song. We'll do it again at 9 to 9:20 this morning. So between 9 and 9:20, I'll give you the Cash Stash song title. When you hear that song played sometime before 6 o'clock, so it's guaranteed to play during the workday. I give you the song to listen for. It's going to play today before 6 p.m. anytime. When you hear the song played, be the 7th caller, 800-990-1047, and win $1,000. I have the list. Oh, here it is. I have the list of all the winners over the last 3 weeks. The first week, Cheryl Wesley Chapel, Amanda St. Petersburg on Tuesday. The first week, Stephanie and Lutz, Alex in Bradenton, Susan St. Petersburg, Ty Seminole. This is week 2. Cindy Valrico, Vanessa Lutz. I've got Eric in Riverview, Nicole Spring Hill. Last week, Reagan in Tampa won. Tuesday was Harriet in Tampa. Wednesday, it was Maury in Brandon. Thursday, Sonia Wesley Chapel. Friday, Laura in Webster. Wow, Webster. That's, kind of far up.
Yeah, Sumter County.
Yeah, congratulations to Laura. And then we started all over again today. So are you going to win $1,000 today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week? It's the MJ Cash Dash, and it is an easy contest. It's a dummy-proof contest. I mean, really. I give you the song title. You listen to Q105 all day. You wait for the song to play. You be caller 7. Boom, $1,000. Easy stuff. Hey, speaking of money. So between 9 and 9:20, folks, keep listening. Today, between 9 and 9:20, I'll give you the new song to listen for. Speaking of money and giveaways and, contesting, Fester is about to get viscerally upset. A Polk County dude won the final $15
million.
Oh, he's
son of a gun,
look at
man.
He's finishing my sentence.
The last one, too. Oh, man.
Yeah, which lottery game is this? The Gold Rush Supreme. Yeah, according to the Florida Lottery, Roberto Lamboy Jr., 40 years of age, he's from Haines City in Polk County, won $15 million from a scratcher. Listen, the only thing that Fester scratches essentially is his pinworm because...
No.
I'm sorry.
Guys, it's true.
You named that thing.
It's true, guys. I mean, it can't be mad.
That's the only successful scratching he has because Fester doesn't win jack when it comes to the scratcher
Not
tickets.
even that successful.
Was that the one where your parent has to go look at you with a flashlight while you're sleeping or something?
Yeah, that's the pinworm. Yeah.
Oh.
But how about that? A $15 million scratcher. This lucky dude, it was a $30 billion game. The $30 billion Gold Rush Supreme from the Florida Lottery. Wow.
Jeez.
No, it's a $30
Oh,
ticket.
I'm sorry.
It was $1 billion.
All right, I'm reading the title wrong. It was you're right. Thank you, Fester.
Yeah.
It's a $30 ticket, and it's called the $1 billion Gold Rush Supreme. He bought it at a racetrack.
Oh, wow.
Bought it at a racetrack on West Vine Street in Kissimmee. This dude's from Haines City. The store gets $30,000 for selling the ticket. So what do they do with that? Like, racetrack is a big chain. Do they just suck it up and just put it to their bottom line, or do they give the $30,000 to all the employees in the store? What's the policy?
They don't give it to the
No, I'd
employees.
like to.
No,
No,
they
maybe,
don't.
maybe they do. How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know?
The CEO takes it.
How do you know? Seriously.
Pocket change.
If I had to bet,
Yeah.
a large company keeps it, puts it right to the bottom line. It's just the cost of doing business.
All right. But the store gets $30,000 for selling the $15 million ticket. Lamboy is going to take the one-time payment of $13,200,000. He'll have federal taxes on top of that, but still, that's a hell of a haul. Just take 37% off or whatever for federal taxes. The $30 billion Gold Rush game had 4 $15 million prizes, and now with the latest scratcher here, the latest winner, all 4 have been claimed. There is only $1 million prize left, according to the Florida Lottery website. So, do you play that game anymore?
I mean, the game's really smoked because $30 is a pretty substantial investment for these scratchers.
Hey, speaking of lottery, a couple of things. As I said earlier today, I mentioned this, I think, at the very beginning of the show today. I was at Publix last night. I had to go get some cucumber. I made a poke bowl. I wanted to add some cucumber last night, and I forgot to get the cucumber. So I went to Publix, and I had my Mega Millions ticket from Friday night's drawing in my pocket, in my wallet, and I brought it up to the customer service counter as we were walking into Publix, and I said, hey, would you mind scanning this for me? And they said, no, of course not. So they scan it, and then if I hear the da-da! When you have a winner, when you get your ticket scanned, it goes da-da! And I think part of that is so you know you won, and you don't get all jacked around. You don't get all wambookied by some unscrupulous clerk, because these stories have happened. If we did a little Google search on this, I know we've talked about this, where someone brings a lottery ticket to a store to get scanned, and the clerk will say, nope, sorry, not a winner. And, of course, it is a winner, and they just kept the ticket to pocket and cash it in themselves. That's happened before. So I'm thinking, does the Florida lottery machine, does it go, da-da, so the person knows that they have some type of a winner? Is that what they're...
Here's a story from a month ago.
Yeah. Liquor store clerk foiled by video after allegedly stealing winning $3 million ticket. June 28th. Scroll up. Let me read this. A Massachusetts liquor store clerk allegedly stole and tried to cash out a winning $3 million lottery ticket, but her alleged plot was foiled when officials watched the surveillance video. Carly Nunez, 23, of Lakeville, Massachusetts, sold Paul Little 2 state lottery quick picks for the Mega Millions lottery and 2 for the Massachusetts cash lottery, along with a bag of chips. Oh, all that in a bag of chips.
Come on, is that
real? But the boat mechanic who added a multiplier to his Mega Millions ticket to increase the jackpot price forgot to take the tickets, which another customer noticed and handed back to Nunez. About 45 minutes later, Nunez took the tickets and said they must have belonged to him, meaning the victim. Anyways, is this the same type of story, Fester?
I don't know. I'm reading headlines.
Yeah,
real
just
fast.
try to rip off a $3 million winning ticket from this Paul Little guy. So listen, you do have some unscrupulous clerks out there. I'm sure most clerks are honest, but I do like the fact that when you scan a Florida lottery ticket, if there's a winner, it goes da-da! Is that little fanfare noise that comes out of the lottery machine. So I go to Publix last night with my Friday drawing Mega Millions ticket. It was $910 million for Friday night. And I go to just check it out at Publix last night, and it goes, da-da!
Oh, my God. You got to stop.
Stop what?
Doing that noise.
What noise?
The ta-da noise.
It's just...
I'm surprised you didn't record it, MJ.
Yeah.
So I won $20.
Well, he didn't know he was going to win.
I had $30 out, so I bought 10 Mega Millions with the Mega Plier, so that was $30, and I got 20 back. I had a $20 winner somewhere, and or multiples. I didn't see if I had multiple games or what. I just took my $20, and then I parlayed it. So I took the 20 win, I added another 10, so I've got another $30, 10 games with the Mega Plier for tomorrow night's Mega Millions, which is at $1 billion now. So it's over $1 billion is what the estimated jackpot is. So Mega Millions, which is kind of the stepchild, the redheaded stepchild to Powerball, that's now over $1 billion. So yes, Rox.
I was trying to do some research while you were talking about what they do with the money at the stores. You know, what would Racetrack do, for example? And I was with Fester in terms of they probably don't give it to their employees. And I was finding stories online that they say the stores do so well when they have those winners because more people come into the store. So it helps, twofold, really. So someone just hit me on the text line and said the big corporate stores put money to the bottom line. They don't share with the employees. I work for the Florida Lottery, so that's how they know.
Wow. Interesting. And then while we're speaking about lottery, I thought this was really interesting. What have we always been told? If you win one of these massive jackpots, you win $500 million, $200 million, $100 million, you win $1 billion, you win $2 billion. What have we always been told when you cash in your prize with the Lottery Commission? What are we told?
Ultimately, it's going to ruin your life.
No,
you're told to tell everybody that you do not keep it private.
That's not what we're looking for. First of all, if you can keep it private, yes, keep it. Some states allow you to stay totally anonymous. Absolutely do that. No. Come on. When you win a big lottery jackpot, what are you told to do?
See a money manager.
What? We're on the radio. Your pantomime is not working.
I just keep talking, so I wanted the guys to guess. But take the lump sum.
Okay, exactly. Roxanne is 100% right. We're always told if you win these big, huge lottery jackpots that you take the lump sum. But I saw an item over the weekend. Edwin Castro, and that's the dude that won the $2 billion Powerball. The ticket was sold last November. He finally came forward in February, and then that whole thing is embroiled in controversy because two individuals came forward saying he stole the ticket. That whole claim apparently starting to fall apart. But the Sun U.S. edition had a story. Edwin Castro's major decision on $2 billion Powerball was a mistake. Why experts advise the winner to pick the annuitized payment. But this is totally opposite what we've learned. A financial expert has urged lotto winners to receive their prize in installments rather than the lump sum. Robert Pagliarini described the choice made by the vast majority of Powerball winners, including Edwin Castro, who won the $2 million or $2 billion jackpot, a mistake. So why does this, first of all, why is this guy, Robert Pagliarini, why is he a financial expert? He says no Powerball winner since Vin Win, who bought a ticket in September of 2014, has decided to receive their prize as an annuity.
What was the winner's name? Vin Win? What did Vin Win win?
Yeah, Vin Win. But we're always told that you're better off taking the lump sum because through investments, you're better off over time. Now, the annuitized payments are typically 29 or 30 years. You're paid out over that period. So that's how they get to the full valuation of a $2 billion or $1 billion. They're paying that number out over 29 or 30 years. So it's that money sitting in their coffers making interest that helps with that annuitized payout of the full amount. But we're always told, or we've always heard, no, you don't do that. You take the lump sum right away. But here we have this expert that is saying, no. Castro of California, he got the top prize, $2 billion, and he took the $997.6 million. So he took, again, the cash payout. And they go on to say that these individuals are making the wrong move because you're guaranteed to get the money each year. So going forward, you're guaranteed a pretty hefty payout every year, a massive paycheck, whereas you get the lump sum. Who knows what you're going to do with that money? You might have bad investments. You might blow it. You might run through all the money.
That's a good idea. That's a good observation.
Yeah, I can see that. So basically what you're saying is don't take the lump sum if you can't trust yourself in your decision making, but still go back to do take the lump sum if you want to take the money now, knowing that the dollar is probably more valuable now and knowing that the power of compounding.
But you're also, well, that's what we've always been told. But also, they're saying that you're guaranteed to have a massive payout. You're also deferring the taxes. The taxes are deferred because you're going to pay taxes every year versus all the taxes up front. So this financial expert said that they'll face extra pressure amid the risks of making mistakes. If you take the lump sum, you have to realize that if you start making mistakes or bad investments, there's no do-over. Whereas if you get paid every year, you have a do-over every single year. Andrew, our producer, is just jonesing to get in on something here.
If you're 65 years old, you win $2 billion, you take the lump sum.
No, you don't.
Your family gets
Do
to
you
be
need
rich.
that much money?
Okay, there's another question. How much do you need? If you win $2 billion, take $2 billion.
Yes,
The only way to take $2 billion is to get the annuity.
The final,
Right.
the final answer from this so-called financial expert is you take the annuity. Every year you get a new check. You can screw up year after year, make bad decisions, but by year 6 or 7, you're thinking, I need to make better decisions here, and you're still getting a massive check every single year. But this is counterintuitive. This is totally opposite what we've always been told.
Well, how about just take the lump sum and put it in a trust and then only allow yourself to take out at certain. You know what I mean? Like there are ways around it. This just sounds like the advice for the Rube investor.
Most people are.
The Rube investor. I just won $1 billion.
The financial expert Pagliarini is just one of several financial experts and advisors recommending lotto winners should consider the annuity versus the lump sum. Certified public accountant Jared James, who founded the lottery algorithm Lotto Edge, said taking smaller payments can help a winner protect themselves. Billionaire Mark Cuban. So Mark Cuban has gotten in on this.
Well, what does he know?
Billionaire Mark Cuban told the Dallas Morning News in 2016 that winners should not take the lump sum. I didn't know that. That's new to me. So anyway, just an interesting little twist with the Powerball just won to the tune of, what was the last Powerball? That was over $1 billion as well, right?
Yeah, $1 billion.
Like 80 million, yeah. And now we've got Mega Millions is over $1 billion for tomorrow night's drawing. So, hey, take it for what it's worth. Roxanne, you got a crazy story.
I do.
All right, hold on. Roxanne told me the nut, and you better not. If you don't say everything you said to me while we were talking last night, then I'm going to fill in the blanks. You don't like protect the innocent. Don't like get all cagey on me. Roxanne's got this crazy story that happened to her, and it's kind of evolved over time. But it kind of came to a head this weekend.
It culminated yesterday.
All right, so this is crazy. First of all, I want to run something by you, and I want you to tell me exactly what this reminds you of. This is not local. It happened out in Kansas. Olathe Community Center Pool. So this is Olathe, Kansas. They closed the community center pool due to fecal matter. So,
only one thing comes to mind instantly.
Hang on a minute. Let me read the story.
Where is this? Olathe?
Olathe, Kansas.
Maybe it should be called Olof.
Oh, man. Really?
Gross.
Someone dropped a loaf in the pool. Is that it? All right. So it's a very short item, but you got to love how this starts out. This is a story from KCTV. I would imagine that in Kansas City, right? And they start the story with a crappy situation, shut down the pool at Olathe Community Center. Is it Olathe or Olathe?
I think it's Olathe. It's a suburb of Kansas City.
Yeah. It's just outside of Kansas City, Kansas. So a crappy situation shut down the pool at the Olathe Community Center on Saturday over the weekend. Due to a fecal incident this evening, the leisure pool, Riverwalk, zero depth area, and slides will be unavailable on Saturday, July 29th. The community center said in a Facebook statement, to allow for proper disinfection and the protection of swimmer health. So, all right, when I say that they had to close down this community pool for fecal matter, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Let Roxanne answer.
I mean,
we all know.
I mean, we know what it is.
What's
fecal matter?
What's the first thing that comes to mind?
First thing, whenever somebody talks about that
in a pool,
what's the one thing?
There's one thing. I'm guessing you guys really do know.
Poop. There it is. A kid did it. Like a kid pooped.
No, there's one famous thing.
One famous thing. The poop in the pool. Come on.
The one.
Come on.
Is it in like a movie or something?
I've never seen it.
Is it in like one of those? Is it in a vacation movie?
Close.
I mean,
come on.
Right around that time.
I mean, you know, and I'm amazed that
has to do with the
that
sport.
Your husband Doug isn't so into this movie.
Caddyshack?
What did you say?
Caddyshack?
Caddyshack. Yes.
I'm alright.
Cat's baby room.
So
Yes.
hold on.
Yes.
She only guessed Caddyshack
Why?
by the hints. Does she know why?
Right. You did not obviously know.
No, I think I've seen that movie, but that was I
You
was probably.
think you've seen that movie?
I've definitely seen that movie, but I was definitely drinking when I saw it.
For all of our younger listeners, if you've not seen Caddyshack, watch Caddyshack.
Spalding, no!
And of course, Spalding has his little swim goggles on, and he comes right up upon the floating thing in the pool,
It's Baby Ruth.
right? And it turns out that it was a baby Ruth. Absolutely.
Hey, Wayne.
I want the entire pool scrubbed, sterilized, and disinfected.
So I think that's what they said at the Olathe, Kansas community pool.
I want the entire pool scrubbed, sterilized, and disinfected.
And then, of course, the whole pool is emptied. And Bill Murray, the groundskeeper dude.
Here it is. It's no big deal.
And then he bites and eats it because it's a baby Ruth. It wasn't a floating turd.
That's good stuff.
All right, I'll take 4 of these, 6 of these, 8 of these, 4 of these. Oh, this hat. It's terrible. Looks like you get a free bowl of soup. Oh, it looks good on you.
Hey, Wayne, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Man, that's a movie of my high school years, man. That's a movie of my high school years. Caddyshack, still a classic. But I typically would not do Olathe, Kansas community pool news. But when there's a floating turd or there's some kind of incident and it reminds me of Caddyshack, gotta do it.
Good movie.
Listen, absolutely. Folks, if you've not seen Caddyshack, especially for our younger viewers, well, Roxanne, you got to watch Caddyshack.
No, I have seen it. Doug made me watch it. I remember.
Oh, that's
I've
right,
seen
because
it.
Doug is a golf nut. But you've never seen Blues Brothers.
No, I've never
which
seen
is
Blues Brothers.
ridiculous beyond comprehension that you've never seen Blues Brothers.
Sorry.
All right, folks, you want to hear a ridiculous story?
I'm sorry. I'm reading the subtitles of Caddyshack. Hey, Wang, this is restricted. Tell him you're Jewish.
Give me a box of those naked lady tees and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
And of course, Judge Smales had the hat on, so yeah. Where was I? Roxanne's crazy story. So I'm walking yesterday. I'm out for a walk, and you sent me this convoluted text.
I did. It was. That's why I'm glad we talked, because I was like, let me run this by you so you understand the people and the place and everything.
This is 7:00 last night. I'm out for my walk, and I was a little late. I'm doing my 5-mile walk last night. Quick power walk, 5 miles. That's the kind of deal where I weigh myself when I leave the house. And during the summer months, I will lose 4 pounds on this walk. Now, it's mostly water weight. I drink the water. I put the weight back on. But still, 5 miles on Saturday, 5 miles on Sunday, then 2 miles during the week. That's my typical pattern. So Roxanne sends me this convoluted text. I'm like, what the hell you say? I'm like, all right, I got to call you. So I call Roxanne up. And then to try to nail down this story, can you kind of concisely tell the story to our listening audience?
Yes.
Here on the MJ Morning Show.
I can. And as you listen to it, the point of this story is we all go through life and we have interactions with different people, and you never know how they may think that your interaction that you had, they're going to remember something about it that is completely false. Okay. So,
well, or even beyond that someone's going to think you were part of something or did something, and it's wrong.
It's just wrong.
They have a crazy story that they're attributing to you, and it's not you.
Exactly.
All right, when did this all begin? Hey,
okay.
Andrew, do you have the dream harp sequence?
Yeah, that's what we need.
You got to take me back here. Give me the dream harp. Just play it when you're ready. So we're going to take you back in time. We're going to take you back a little bit. I'm stalling. I'm dragging this thing out to try to wait for
So we're going to go back in time.
we're going to go back in time.
And so we're here.
There it is.
Look, we're going.
Look, there it is. All right, we're going back in time. Now,
Look, we're in the past.
How far back are we going?
It all started, let's say, just almost a year ago at my niece's birthday party.
Okay, your niece's birthday party almost a year ago.
Yes.
What happened?
I was in attendance, and it was a big birthday party with slides and all kinds of stuff. And there were people there who were my sister's friends. One of them was named Jen. Jen was at this party.
Oh,
I don't
Jen
know
was
Jen.
there?
Ugh. She's not my friend.
Jen.
Jen is your sister's friend.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but nice enough person.
And?
So Jen's at the party. So fast forward, never think anything of this. Fast forward to this weekend.
Should we play the harp in reverse?
Yes.
All right, so now we're in real time this past weekend. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this past weekend, my sister and I are talking about this baby shower that she is going to host on Sunday, okay? And she tells me who's going to be there. We're talking about it. I'm going to go over there and so she says, "Oh, and Jen is going to be there." I go, "Oh, okay, Jen. I know Jen." Yes. She goes, "Oh, something weird about Jen." So Jen says to me, me being my sister, Angela, Jen says to Angela after this niece's birthday party close to a year ago, says, "Hey, remember why did your sister wear that T-shirt to your niece's birthday party?" And my sister says, "What T-shirt?"
All right, and when did how long ago did she say this to your sister?
I don't know. Let's just say months ago.
Okay, months ago,
Mm-hmm.
this Jen brings up allegedly a T-shirt that you wore at this niece's birthday party
Yes.
almost a year ago.
Yes, and she was
Okay.
like, What was up with that? Your sister, what was up with your sister wearing that shirt?" And Ange, my sister, says, "What shirt was Rox wearing?
What T-shirt?
What T-shirt?"
And then she says,
it had the middle finger on it. It said bleep, the F word. It said F capitalism.
so a big,
I love it when you wear that
hold on.
shirt.
Yeah, that's
so
a good shirt.
a middle finger with, and then F in like written out the actual word, the F bomb.
Yes.
F capitalism
Yes. So
with
my-
a middle finger.
With a middle finger.
So this Jen
Yes.
told your sister,
Why did your sister wear that shirt to
and
a
that was
kid's
that was
birthday?
a couple of months ago.
Yes.
All right. So
And-
now fast forward to this weekend.
Yeah. And so my
All right.
sister.
First of all, do you have a T-shirt with a middle finger that says F capitalism?
No, nor do I have any T-shirt that has the F word on it. Or a politically charged.
You don't own
Either
this
way,
shirt. You've
yes.
never owned this shirt.
No.
You've never worn this shirt.
No,
All right.
no. And so my sister says to me, I said, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "That's what I said to her." I was like, "Jen, my sister, she's not like that. And she's kind of in the news-ish, she doesn't like to be political. And she would never, ever do that.
Right.
Never. And then my sister was like, "And furthermore, nobody at my party had that." Because then my sister was like, "Maybe someone else at the party." And she goes, "No one at my party."
Your sister had this encounter a couple of months ago.
Yes,
So
yes.
now fast forward to this past weekend.
Yeah.
And you're at the party with this woman.
Yes.
Another what kind of party was it?
A baby shower.
So you're at a baby shower,
Yes.
and this Jen who fingered you who accused you of wearing. Sorry.
A shirt with a finger on it.
Exactly. For wearing the finger shirt. She's at this baby
Yeah,
shower.
she's at the baby shower.
Okay, and
okay, so here's the thing. My sister warned me in advance. I go, "Well, can I say something to her about it? Can I confront her about it?" Because my sister tells me, I go, "Well, did you set the record straight?" She goes, "I told her, but I still thinks you were wearing the shirt."
Well, hold on. Roxanne, you're a high-profile individual. You're on a very popular morning show, the MJ Morning Show. You don't need this wacko going around telling people, "Oh, yeah, you know that Roxanne Wilder? She's on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. She has a F capitalism T-shirt with a big middle finger. Oh, and she wore it to a baby shower."
Yeah, let's start spreading that rumor.
It's like the worst T-shirt at the worst place.
It was a kid's birthday party. Yeah. So then I go to the shower. So my sister says, "No, I don't want you to say anything to her." And I said, "Why?"
Hold on. Your sister says to you, "Don't say anything."
Yeah.
You have to say something.
Yeah, and my
You
sister,
can't let
by
that-
the way, it's just weird because she likes confrontation and she likes awkward situations.
on,
Not with
Ange.
Jen. Not with Jen.
Apparently not. She's like, "I just don't want her to think I was talking about it." And I go, "Well, it's,
You were.
and it happened, and it's incorrect."
All right, so you disregard. You told your sister, "I'm not going to stay quiet. I've got to set the record straight."
Well, I told her that, but
Right.
I did stay quiet because I honored her wishes.
Whoa,
And
hold on. What?
Initially.
What? You are such a pushover.
It's my sister. That was the request she made.
So what? It's your reputation.
But it's her friend. It's her friend. So I'm like, whatever.
Who cares? Your reputation supersedes whatever little feelings thing that your sister has.
Got my reputation to worry about. I must address
Listen,
this.
dude, this brings me back to the old days of old Mastro Subaru, where our reputation rides with you. Roxanne, this is your reputation.
It is.
Yeah, you have to. Ange, listen, thank you
But
for
I
looking
think
out for.
if you know me, I wouldn't wear that shirt. So I'm not.
First of all,
entirely.
That's not
You
the
might.
point. She's apparently running
Okay.
all around town telling
Yes.
people you're wearing an. All right, go ahead.
It gets worse. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
so we're all
That's right. There's more to the story. All right.
so we're all in there. We're in the kitchen talking. I'm slicing some little tea sandwiches. I'm so mad. I'm about to cut my finger off.
And
because
slicing tea sandwiches is such a trait of somebody who wants to bleep capitalism. Oh, let me cut the crust off of the white bread to make the tea
Yes.
sandwiches. Take it, stick it, capitalism.
And we'll serve the little tea sandwiches in the parlor room. Yes.
Capitalism sucks.
Jeeves, can you help me with the little cheese sandwich?
But of course, I'll take the cheese.
Thank you, Jeeves.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Thank you, Jeeves.
What happens?
So I'm getting madder and madder because I'm having a conversation with Jen.
And your sister doesn't have your
and
back.
My sister's in the room.
Your
We're just all
sister's on
talking.
Jen's side,
But
not on your
You
side.
know why I'm getting so mad? Because Jen is the type of person, all right, fine person, but she talks like she's everything, like she's talking into a bullhorn. And she screams everything when she talks.
God, Jen sounds annoying.
Who the hell wants to be friends with Jen?
Yeah.
Where are the cheese sandwiches? Get me the cheese sandwiches.
So in my head, I'm like,
Jen.
Jen
Stop.
has not only told every person she knows, but she's screamed to every person she knows that Roxanne Wilder wears an F capitalism shirt to kids' birthday parties, and it's completely erroneous. So I'm seething at the whole situation.
You should be.
Yeah.
And you should ignore your sister.
So, an hour into the party or whatever, just completely.
It's consuming you.
Yeah, but then
You're thinking about nothing else.
Right. But then finally, out of left field, Jen just hits me with it. Hey, Rox, remember when you...
Hey, Rox, remember when you wore the F capitalism t-shirt?
Jen, I mean, the whole party can hear you.
And Roxanne is... When Roxanne's in awkward situations, sometimes she gets overly friendly. I can picture like, oh, hey, Jen.
All right, so...
Oh,
All right, so that was the straw that broke the camel's back with
Yeah,
your
and then-
sister
right.
requesting that you not
Okay.
confront Jen.
Yeah, well, now it's open. It's
Right.
out there.
There you go.
Jen just introduced it. She
There
just
you
put it out
go.
there. And I said, yeah, what was this about this T-shirt you imagined that I was
you know what?
wearing?
That's like a rookie, like a lawyer opening up the door on something and allowing a line of questioning that otherwise would have been shut out.
Yeah, so
Yep.
right. So then my sister's in the room at the same time, and so I'm like, yeah, I never wore that T-shirt. I don't own a T-shirt like that.
So you're in her face at this point.
Yeah, and she describes it to a T. She's like, "Oh no, remember it had the middle finger and it said F capitalism." And I was like, "No, I don't own anything like that. I don't talk like that. No, this is insanity." And then I said, "And my sister told you that, right?" And then Angela's like, "Yeah, I told you my sister didn't have a shirt like that." And Jen's like, "Yeah, but I didn't believe you. I could have sworn that was her." So just like I thought,
She had this
What a
miss.
couple yentas.
She had this miss.
Yeah, right?
She had this mismemory.
yes, this just like, and then she went, "Well, maybe someone else at the party." And my sister's like, "No, nobody at my party had that shirt on.
What is
Maybe you were
wrong
at
with this?
You were at another party."
Does this Jen need like a checkup from the neck up?
She's
Kidding.
demented.
Why is your sister friends with Jen? What does she bring to the party?
Yeah, exactly. Other than a megaphone.
Yeah, right?
Oh, Jen's.
When's the next party?
Oh,
Where are
Jen.
the damn cheese sandwiches? Hey, Roxanne, remember when you wore that t-shirt, run over little puppies with your car?
It's a wordy
That's it.
t-shirt.
That's Jen in a nutshell.
Oh my God.
Angela needs to revisit who her friends are.
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Seriously.
know. I mean, she needs to let me confront her, which I did. So
You
it
need
all
to,
ended
you
up.
need to exile this woman.
Oh, my
So
gosh,
what
it's
happens?
crazy.
What was her demeanor when you said I did not wear that? Did you tell her to stop? Because I'm sure she's telling
Okay.
everyone. Hey, you know that Roxanne on the MJ Morning Show? She's a commie. She hates capitalism. F capitalism. She's
Man.
probably telling everyone. You need to send her a cease and desist letter.
She's had nothing else to talk about with other friends all year. Oh, Angela's sister, Roxanne, that one? Yeah, guess what she did?
You need to. I'm serious. You need to get a lawyer to send her a cease and desist letter because she's wrecking your reputation.
You asked a very important question, MJ. You said, "Well, did you ask her how many people she's told that
Yes.
story to?" I should have asked her that, but I
Yes.
didn't. But I was just like, "No, it wasn't me." And when it was all said and done, you know what she said? She just goes, "Huh, maybe I was drinking too much that day.
Never mind.
Yeah. Can we get Jen on the line? Can
She
we
said
talk to
maybe.
Jen?
She said maybe I was drinking too much that
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
She's hallucinating apparel.
Yes, hallucinating apparel.
So Jen obviously is low-key alcoholic.
I can't
And
believe this shirt.
Hey, look at his shirt. Roxanne Wilder. Hey, you. Well, Roxanne, I listened to you on the radio. Bleep capitalism. That's it, girl.
Well, and she brought it up just, 9 months, 10 months later, it's been spoken to every single person she knows.
That's crazy. All right, don't forget, it is now 8 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. In 1 hour, that begins the time frame which I will reveal the next $1,000 MJ Cash Stash song. So 1 hour from now at 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:20, I'll reveal the next $1,000 MJ Cash Stash song. You listen for that song, guaranteed to play before 6 o'clock today, sometime during the workday. When you hear it, be caller 7, win $1,000. But you got to know what song it is, and I'll give it to you between 9 and 9:20. And that time period opens up in exactly 1 hour from right now. We're in the midst of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. You realize we started this segment at 7:24, and we're going to go to about 8:45. 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. No interruptions, no music, no commercials. It's just nonstop commie content with Roxanne and her T-shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Take capitalism down, right, Rox?
Can you get her phone number? I want to get this lady on the phone. Can you get? Let's call her up. Let's have a confrontation on the air.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her stop spreading this because I'm sure you got a blabbermouth and you're telling everyone.
Before she walked up to Roxanne at this party, she's like talking to Becca or something. She's like, Becca, there she is. That's the one.
That's her.
She wore the shirt.
Hey, help us out, folks, with the MJ3 a day. Tell 3 people. Tell 3 people that you listen to the MJ Morning Show. So if you know 3 people that don't listen to us, tell them, hey, I listen to the best morning show, pound for pound, the most entertaining morning show in the entire market. I would love your help telling 3 people to check out the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Whether it's a coworker, whether it's a customer, whether it's a friend. If you know somebody that might not listen to us, tell them to give us a shot. Listen to the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. It's the MJ 3-a-day challenge. So give that a whirl. Now, I've got my Barbie bullying that I mentioned first thing this morning. So, folks, if you're an early listener and you heard the very opening of the show at exactly 6 o'clock this morning, I kind of quizzed the crew and I said, guys, I'm getting BB'd. And they're guessing when someone shoot BBs at your window in your car.
It's a really vague thing.
I've given, but I soon revealed what it meant. I'm getting BB'd. I'm getting Barbie bullied by Michelle, my wife, and Julian, my son. They're planning to go see Barbie this week, and they are badgering me to see. It's a Barbie bully, a Barbie badger, and they're bullying. They're just on me. Oh, come along with us. We want you to see Barbie. And I don't want to see it. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm like, guys, you go, you enjoy it, and they won't let up on me. They want me to go see Barbie. And I want to go to phones on this. I would like to get the opinion of the vast MJ Morning Show audience across various demographics. What are your thoughts with Michelle and Julian trying to get me to go see Barbie? I just don't want to see it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Now, it might appeal to you. You might have loved the movie. It might be right up your alley. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not disparaging your choice to see Barbie. If Barbie was enjoyable to you, I'm happy. If that's your cup of tea, I'm thrilled. But for me, I don't want to see the movie. Now, do I have a preconceived notion? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Hey, tell me otherwise. If you think I'm wrong about not wanting to see Barbie, tell me.
I have a very, very strong opinion about this.
All right, let me get the phone number, and I want to hear that, Froggy. Let me give out the phone number. I want to hear from you, the MJ Morning Show listener, right now. What advice do you have? My kid and my wife, they want me to go see Barbie. I don't want to. Any thoughts on this? Did you like the movie? Did you not like? Because I've heard mixed reviews on the movie. It just doesn't seem like something I like. I'm not into the action. The comic movies, like Marvel and DC movies. I'm just not into that genre. So I tend to avoid, DC and Marvel movie, the Avengers. That I tend to avoid those movies. It's just not my cup of tea.
See, this is the kind of movie person you are.
Let me give the phone number out.
Okay.
800-990-1047. Look, all the phones are already ringing. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What are your thoughts on my Barbie badgering dilemma here? And I want to get a variety of phone calls. All right. Phones are already loading up. 800-990-1047. Roxanne, you were going to say?
This is the kind of movie person you are. You like plot, character development. That's what gets you, right?
I like just a great story and
story.
simple, great cinematography.
Yes.
That's what I like.
And I think with Barbie, I think you're going to get some of the cinematography. I think it's got like a glitz, and I think it's a pretty movie. But I don't think you care about that if it's not story-driven.
Or if it's nothing that I'm interested in. And maybe I'm off base. Maybe some guys are going to call up and say, MJ, listen, I'm a guy like you, and we agree on a lot, but, I didn't want to see it either, but it was great. Maybe I'll get those calls. Froggy, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, a month or so back, I went to a movie that I had no interest in, Into the Spider-Verse. But I did it for my family because, MJ, it's not always about you, okay? I noticed that your family went to Oppenheimer with you. Is that correct?
Or he went with them.
Guess what? Michelle was equally or maybe even more excited about seeing Oppenheimer than me. Michelle, listen. Michelle, we saw it in the 70 millimeter theater at Veterans 24, 36, 48, whatever the hell it is. So we saw Oppenheimer, and Michelle wants to see it again in the IMAX 70 mil, which we do not have in the Tampa Bay area. You've got to go to one of 19 theaters in North America, apparently, that show IMAX 70 millimeter Oppenheimer.
Is it going to be that much better to sit through that 2.5-hour dirge one more time?
What are you talking about? He's going to have to go to New York to watch it.
Hold on. I didn't think it was a dirge.
Who sees a movie 2 weeks after they see it the first time?
Well, we got to talk about Friday, by the way. Did you guys get my text?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, hang on. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me grab Tammy up first in Wesley Chapel. Tammy, welcome to the Barbie Badger phone lines. You're on.
Hi, MJ.
Hi, Tammy.
Roxanne and Froggy and Fester.
Yep.
I listen to you guys all the time. I will tell you, I did not want to go see the Barbie movie. I thought it was going to be so stupid. And then my daughter talked me into it. Now, my daughter's 19.
How old? 19?
From all her friends. 19.
Okay.
She heard from all her friends that it's a mother-daughter movie. So Michelle should take Chloe. And
Chloe's got a summer class. She's not even in town.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a woman movie, and men are not going to get it, and it is a fantastic woman empowering movie, and then it's very good with mother and daughter.
All right, so Tammy, your advice is that if I don't want to see it, I probably shouldn't? You
probably shouldn't. Watch it from home when it comes out on DVD. It is a good movie, don't get me wrong. It does have a nice story. Plot. I'll tell you, Ryan Gosling is hilarious in it. It is very funny. I laughed through the whole.
Yeah, I mean, I typically like Ryan Gosling, and listen, I think Margot Robbie is beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, and she was in.
The Wolf of Wall Street was when I first saw her.
She was in a lot of stuff, but she was in
Once Upon a Time.
That's what I'm trying to think of. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and was fantastic. Tammy, thanks for the call. Let me grab. All right, let's go to another Wesley Chapel call, and James is on. James, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Doing fine.
I'm a guy, 57-year-old, but you know what? It's weird how that last caller just started from a woman's point of view. Because my thing was, are they gonna make Ken look like an idiot? And just the opposite. I thought it was a great message about just being who you are, woman or man. It doesn't matter.
All right, so James, you're saying from a male point of view, you think I should go see the movie?
Yeah, I thought it was a good message. It's goofy.
That's interesting. So Tammy, a woman says don't see it, and you're saying go see it.
Yeah. It was fun.
All right, James. And James, how old did you say you were?
57.
Yeah, you're the same age as me. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. All right, Bobby is in Tampa. Bobby, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
We are great, Bobby. All right, so what's your verdict? What should I do about this Barbie badgering in my house?
Well, I feel like a lot of times as wives, we make concessions for our husbands and go see movies that we probably wouldn't want to see, but we do it because it'll make our husband happy. So I don't know what your wife's intentions are behind wanting to get you to go to this movie. Is it because she wants to spend family time with you, or is it because, she really just wants you to see this movie for whatever reason? Like, I don't think you should see a movie that you don't want to see, but if it's for family time and if it's to make your wife happy, and if she has made concessions to see movies with you that she doesn't want to see, then it would be nice for you to do the same and come.
Yeah, reciprocate.
That
Listen,
was my point as well,
But
man.
I think it's a very good point. I'm not arguing your point. I think you have a very valid presentation. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Let me grab Edward in Zephyr Hills. Edward, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, MJ. What's going on with you, man?
We're just trying to figure out what I'm doing about this Barbie thing. I'm just getting bullied and badgered. Michelle and Julian want me to go with them to go see it this week.
Well, stand your ground. Tell them no.
That's right.
Great.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Good advice.
Edward, did you? And I'll stand my ground,
Yes.
and I won't back down.
Okay.
All right, so have you seen the movie, Edward?
No, and I'm probably not gonna unless I get dragged by my ears over there.
No, stand your ground, Edward.
You don't
Thank
want cauliflower ear, Edward.
All right,
Stand your ground. Wow.
Tracy's in LOL. Hello, Tracy.
Hey, how you doing?
What are your thoughts?
Here's my thoughts. I'm around your age. I went to the movie with my daughter, who asked me to go for family time.
Mm-hmm.
So being around your age, to me, it starts out poking fun at the women's movement, but at the end of the movie, the women persevere. So I would go. Being around the same age we are, you might find it interesting.
All right, Tracy. Now, I've heard that it has a very empowering female message, and I don't mind that. I like strong female personalities. Thanks for the call, Tracy, Land Lakes. Let's grab Ron in Newport Richie. Ron, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Good morning. Hi, MJ. Suck it up. Get you a pink outfit. Go there with your daughter. Or
No, it's Michelle and my son.
Oh, Michelle and your son. Okay. Because I'm leaving tomorrow, go up to North Carolina.
Listen, Ron, I don't know anything pink.
Okay. Well, anyway, my daughter and my granddaughter wait for me to get up to North Carolina tomorrow. They want me to go with them to the movie. I'm going to do it. Sometimes you just, it's a 50-50 deal in life. Sometimes you don't get everything you want, but sometimes you got it. You'll never know. You might be surprised.
Well, and listen, Ron, thanks for the call. I appreciate your thoughts. And listen, have there been movies in the past that I wanted nothing to do with? Have there been movies that I never wanted to see, and then somehow I saw the movie, I'm like, oh my God, that was great. Yes, that has occurred in my life. I don't know I don't think Barbie's going to be one of these movies. All right, can I ask what you and Roxanne you guys are having a whole separate communication over there?
We were just talking about Barbie, and her feet. I was going to send Froggy a picture of Margot Robbie's feet, and they're.
Can you guys focus on the show at hand over here? I mean,
It really is ridiculous. I need you guys to take this more seriously.
I'm watching these guys have a whole
Barbie.
Yeah, we're really trying to give our undivided attention whether you should spend time with your
family or not. You guys are having a private conversation in the background. Do it on the air, whatever you're doing.
Hey,
callers are talking.
Yeah, we got 1,000 callers here. We won't get on the air for us until another 30 minutes.
Mike in Tampa. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how's it going, fellas? You really should go. You spend the family time, quality time. You're not going to get that much time with Julian.
All right, so Mike, hold on. You're saying go see just not because of the movie, just for the family engagement. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. As Julian's progressing in his life, he's going to be further and further away. You're going to cherish these times. So yeah, I mean, if the movie sucks or not, whatever, it's the quality time that you're spending with your family.
Listen, pretty good advice, actually. All right.
I know plenty of times you call your wife in the morning and she's dead tired and she answers your questions and you know, so you can do it. It's a two-way street.
Remember back in the day when you dragged her to Tu Wong Fu, that movie you loved so much?
Fester. He still talks about it.
I know I don't. I never liked Tu Wong Fu.
Patrick Swayze was just
Wesley Snipes.
I hated that movie.
John Leguizamo.
I hated that movie.
I recall you saying you like Wesley Snipes' getup. I don't know.
Thank you, Mike. It's true.
I never said that. All right. Hey, Andrew, no more calls. Let me just finish what's on the board here, man. The phones blew up.
I know for a fact you dragged her ass to Seabiscuit back in the day.
We both wanted to see Seabiscuit.
Come on, it's a lie.
Grace in Tampa. Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Welcome,
Good morning.
Grace.
Good morning. Well, I'm kind of with Julian. I think even if it's not about the movie, which I think maybe you would like the message of the movie, I think it was good just for anyone, man, woman, older, younger, anybody. But I think for your wife and son, if they're anything like my friends and I were when we were going, it's more of that it's a fun event. You get to dress up and have fun together and just like be silly about something. And so you guys can all have fun and be silly together.
All right, I'm not going to dress up, okay? If
I have to wear pink.
I don't own anything pink, and
You can borrow my pink outfit.
I'm not going to buy something pink. Grace, thanks for the call. So, I mean, most people are in favor of me going to Barbie with Michelle and Julian and giving in to the bullying. All right, from Grace, let me grab Jonathan in St. Pete. Then we'll do Gina Ann, then John, and then I got to move on. Jonathan, St. Pete, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
As being a man who hasn't been able to see his kids in 3 years because of divorce and custody battles with his wife, I would very much say go see the movie. Whether you want to see it or not, go see the movie. It'll be worth spending the time with your kids.
All right, Mike or Jonathan, sorry about the custody issue, buddy. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Dude, we really got to guilt him into this.
Yeah, I mean, we're comparing it to John's unfortunate situation here.
Gina Ann in Holiday. Hello, Gina Ann.
Hey, good morning. So we went to see the movie with mixed men and women, and I think you will get a lot out of it. There's a lot of Democratic innuendos throughout the whole movie from the beginning. From the very first scene.
I don't want to get political here.
Great, it's a political movie.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You know I'm in.
Because you know I'm happy not to do politics on this show. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Check it out.
Barbie's like the 1%er living in her dream house.
All right, thank you, Gina Ann. Last call on this. Let me grab John in Palmetto. Hey, John.
Hey, how are you? I just wanted to give you a different perspective here. So I'm 54 years old. I'm gay. I grew up with Barbie dolls. I played with them. And I have no desire to see that movie unless it's going to impact our economy. I would much rather introduce people to watching the show Maude from the 70s if you want to learn about the women's movement.
It is a good show.
Maude, that's true. Or the Golden Girls or something.
I don't know that the point of the movie is necessarily the women's movement, John, but way to bring up Maude.
No, there is a strong. I've read plenty about the movie. No, it is. There's a lot of women's movement stuff.
It's a women's empowerment movie.
Right,
I saw the movie. I know. And here's why you should see it, MJ. Because I'll tell you right now, this movie's been out for 2 weeks. It's already the 4th highest grossing movie of the year after being out 2 weeks. And you have a natural curiosity about things in pop culture, and for no other reason to be able to sit there on the other side of the microphone and talk about it with any kind of experience. See the damn movie for 2 hours.
Okay, great point. And I was initially saying, don't see the movie because you won't like it. However, there's no downside because even if you hate it, it's sometimes fun to take people. Like I used to love to take Doug to see 50 Shades of Grey because he hates those movies.
See, I've never seen that.
And then he like walks out and he's like berating everyone who's in the theater for even spending their time, and it's entertaining to me.
Oh, terrible movie.
I heard the books were kind of tolerable, But I heard the movies were just awful.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
The music is good and the
Right.
scenes are pretty. But the same with the Barbie. Go to it and just you can berate everyone at the theater for seeing it if you hate it when you're
Well,
done.
did you hear about
And
the
you
fart lady in the theater? Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, I've got to tell you the Barbie movie theater fart story. Oh, it's crazy. Hey, John's laughing. John, thanks for the call. Turn your radio up, John.
All right. Hey, have a great day. Thanks for letting me get on the air with you.
Absolutely, buddy. Thanks for listening. So you don't know about this.
No.
There's a story about a woman that kept this is a woman. This is not a guy. This is not like a 17-year-old teenage boy. A woman during a Barbie screening, and this is Andrew. Where did I send? Was this a Twitter video that I sent you? Was this Twitter or it was? This is on social media, and this person videos in the theater what this woman was doing during the movie. This woman was playing fart noises off of some app on her phone, and I know there's like that 1,000 Fart Noises website, or there's an app, I think.
Yes.
And I've got the audio here. You got to hear this. So this guy is in Barbie, and all during the movie, you can hear some of the dialogue. If you heard the movie, you'll recognize it. It was a tweet, or I'm sorry, it was an X. So God, man, Elon Musk. All right. So here we go. Listen.
Anyway. It's okay. I always thought this would be our house.
Did you hear that little rip?
I heard it.
You know, we have that noise, that exact same fart noise. We have it in our sound effects library.
wow.
Are you sure she was actually doing it, or was she playing sound effects to be funny?
No.
Because that sounds like a
Dude, are you listening to the show?
Yeah, dude.
She's playing sound effects.
I thought she was actually tearing them.
Dude, what?
Yeah, dude.
Put your phone down and listen to the show.
I was trying to look up the story.
No. Listen, I already said this. Between you and Roxanne, it's like I got to repeat stuff over here.
What are we talking about?
The woman was playing the fart noises on her phone. She wasn't actually ripping. That's the whole part of the story.
That's stupid.
And it's a woman. It's not some teenage boy doing this. The whole Barbie movie, this woman was playing fart noises in the theater. And this is this is what the guy captured, sitting right behind her. And you can even see the woman's I think you could see the screen, and it says 1,000 fart noises on the woman's cell phone screen. Here,
That's
listen.
a lot.
It's okay.
Listen.
I always thought this would be
That
our
was
house.
it.
I recognize that one.
And I recognize the sound. We have that sound effect.
All right, so in the time that you've talked about this story, and Froggy completely butchered it, and then you've come back to it, I have downloaded the app Fart World onto my phone.
Fart World.
I don't know how I've made it without this
All
site.
right, so the app is called Fart World?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
It has little clouds, right?
Oh, it's like a soundboard.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So, but
those are my favorite.
That's a squeaker. All right, so what would cause this woman to want to play fart noises during the whole Barbie movie?
The same thing that makes me want to play fart noises everywhere I go.
That's annoying. Oh.
Anyway, I'm not making this. This is a real story out there. I don't see.
What is that?
Oh, it has a gorilla, right? A dancing gorilla, and you can touch it. And the gorilla farts.
That thing's horrible.
I shut it off.
It has farting Santa Claus.
Oh.
You got to hold the speaker to the microphone.
Santa? Oh, that eggnog.
Listen, in your app store under Fart World, it's amazing.
I think she had fart sounds. I think she had some other app, but
there was 50 of them to choose from.
Whatever. So that's the farty movie, Barbie farty. I don't.
Come on,
I'm
Barbie.
a
Let's go
girl
farty.
In a farting world.
Oh man, unbelievable. Hey, so I tried another pizza shop over the weekend, which was great. Sardo, don't get jealous, man. I'm gonna like other pizzas as well. I love Sardo's Pizza. Great Brooklyn, New York slice.
That's not cool, man.
Where'd you go?
We went, and people have been telling me about this for a while. We went to the Nona Slice House in Safety Harbor.
Yeah,
I thought. And they have 3 different types of pizza. They have the New York pie. They have the Old World, more like a Neapolitan take, and then they have the thick Detroit pizza.
I like Detroit pizza. What was that like?
Well, it's like a Sicilian slice.
What's the famous place, Professor? You know the place? Is it Buscemi's or something like that? There's a really good New York or Detroit pizza. You're rolling your eyes.
I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Anyway,
I don't know.
My first time at the Nona Slice House, we ordered all 3. So I ordered I want to try it all.
A glutton.
I'm not a glutton, but I want to try all. I want to try.
Wait, all 3 slices or 3 pizzas?
No, we ordered 3 pies. We ordered the New York. We ordered the Old World, which is the Neapolitan more style.
Did you have a corner or a side?
Well, that would be the Detroit.
Oh, I don't know. I follow
the other ones are round.
You got to follow Sally Slices.
And then we ordered the Detroit. We ordered the smaller. You can get 4 squares. And I thought everything was good. I thought everything was good. You can tell that they put a lot of care into the ingredients and the pizza. So I did. For all the dozens and dozens of people that have said, hey, MJ, you got to try the Nona Slice House in Safety Harbor. We did. We were there at 5:30 on Saturday. I made a reservation because people said, hey, make a reservation. By the way, I posted all 3 pictures of the pizza on my Instagram. So if you want to see it, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. If you want to see all 3 pizzas, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and you can't miss it because there's a big picture of a pizza on my Instagram. And the owner of the place, I don't know his name, but he actually bust our table. He actually took some used plates away. I think he brought Julian a refill of Sprite or whatever the hell he was drinking, and. I don't think he knew I was. I didn't say anything, but I did post and they did respond. So I did post these pictures, and they thanked me for coming in on my Instagram in the comments. So, all right, moving along. Fester, you sent me an item last night. About 25 restaurants, 25 hard-to-get restaurant tables in the Tampa Bay area.
Okay, yeah.
That are always worth the wait?
Yeah. I sent that more for private stuff for you more than show stuff.
Well, I think it's I think it's pertinent.
Well, if I see something I think MJ will find entertaining, whether we do it on the show or not, I even said, hey, this seems right up your alley, or some of your favorite places or something like that. And I recognized a bunch of the places, a couple of places I've never heard of before, which I'm interested in.
Yeah, there's some places, I think it's a good list. This is from Creative Loafing. And, listening here in the Tampa Bay area, many of you folks might be regulars at some of these places that I've never been to or I've never heard of. So if I go down the list, and again, 25, this is the headline in CL Creative Loafing, 25 hard-to-get restaurant tables in Tampa Bay that are always worth the wait. There are a couple on here that I've been to. There are numerous on there, but there are some that I famously have not been to, and we've talked about it, and I'll point that out in a second. So Red Mesa Cantina here in St. Pete. I've been to Red Mesa.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. So Red Mesa, Lilac.
You just went.
You were just there, right?
I was just there, and I snickered because Michelle's yelling at me for saying lilac. It's not a lilac. And both pronunciations are 100% accurate for the tree, the lilac tree.
All right.
But we're going to go with lilac to not be annoying.
So lilac is on the list, and we just ate there, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and it was phenomenal. I can't wait to go back. We're going to bring some friends in about a month. Next on the list is Pont Modern American. Absolutely fantastic. Been to Pont a number of times. Phenomenal job. Chris Pont, all his places. I like all of his places. I love Olivia. I love On Swan.
I love Olivia.
And I love Pont Modern American. All 3 are fantastic.
I like to go to Olivia and sit there for about 8 hours.
Wild Child. Anyone been to Wild Child in St. Pete?
No.
On Central? That's on the list.
That's cool.
Next, Noble Rice. I've never been to Noble Rice.
That's a small restaurant, isn't it? Is that the one that only seats like...
that's Koya.
Koya, okay.
So Koya Koya's, I think, owned by the same people.
That's right.
Koya is the Japanese concept that just got a Michelin star. And so I think Koya is more like a Shoku up in New York, well, if anyone knows. But I'd like to go to Koya and I'd like to go to Noble Rice. I just haven't been.
I went to Panda Express a couple of weeks ago, and it was awesome.
Also on the list, Edison on West Kennedy. That's Jeannie's place.
Yeah.
And I've been to Edison. I've enjoyed Edison.
Counterculture's your place too, right?
I believe I've never been there, but you might be right. Eulalie. I still have not been to Eulalie. Yep.
That's like a Tampa. You can't live in Tampa and not go there.
I've not been to Eulalie. I've always heard good things about Eulalie. I want to. Fester, didn't somebody contact you and invite the whole morning show to go to Eulalie?
Yeah.
But why didn't you put that together?
Because
Why have you let that fall through the cracks?
No. The Eulalie guy and I are dear friends. The reason is I have issues spending social time with you. And, I'd be happy to go with,
will you stop
Froggy
it?
and Roxanne.
You'd love to go.
I'm in.
You'd love to go get Chinese food with us at China Yuan, for instance.
Yeah, I remember back when I got an invitation in 2017.
My mom went to Chinese Yuan on your recommendation recently.
Yeah, she liked it?
She did, but she didn't know what to order.
Well, because the menu is so extensive. That's what I love that. They have so much on them. In fact, I have a story, which I don't know if we'll get to today, maybe. I've got a story. If we don't get to it today, we'll get to it this week, about menu anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on. I'll try to squeeze it in today. Also on the list, Fester, will you get us into Eulalie? Will you finally, they invited us to try it out.
I'll call the Gonzmarts myself.
All right, will
Get
you
us
please?
in before they rescind.
All right, exactly. They might have already rescinded the invitation.
They might have.
All right, Steelbach, which is an Armature Works.
I love Steelbach.
Okay, I've got my buddy Mark loves Steelbach.
I love to go there for a daytime, like a brunch or just Saturday or Sunday during the day.
Yeah, so
sit outside.
I did not know this segment was going to turn into Roxanne's eating habits.
So Steelbach.
I love that place.
But
I love that place.
I want to try it. Boulan's on there. Not interested. Rooster and the Till is.
I've been to that place.
Yeah. Now I haven't been to Rooster and the Till, but I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chose the Rooster.
No, Till.
Yeah, let's see. The Helm Provisions and Coastal Fair, St. Pete Beach. Haven't been there, but it seems interesting. Fort Beachy, haven't been there. I probably won't go. On Swan is on the list. That's another Chris Pont. Love the concept.
What street is that on?
On Swan.
Oh.
I think it might be on Swan.
Fesha, you knew that.
I thought they served Swan. I had no idea.
Oh, this is a classic. It's been a while since I've been there, but it's great. Ella's Americana Folk Art Cafe.
Never been.
Yeah, on Nebraska.
On Nebraska. Yeah, they're famous.
Wait,
They're famous for their Sunday brunch. Ella's, I thought it was great. It's been a while. I need to get back. Burn Steakhouse is on the list. Koya's on the list. We just talked about that. I got to get there. Linger.
Don't linger when
You
you go there.
gotta let it linger.
You have to let it linger.
There you go. Lingr. That's on 6th Street in St. Pete. Try to get there. Good Intentions, also in St. Pete, First Avenue. Yum Yum Hot Pot, 56th Street, Temple Terrace. Haven't been there. Rome, have not been to Rome, 34th Street North in St. Pete. Again, these are 25 hard-to-get tables that are worth the wait, according to Creative Loafing. Esposito's Italian Restaurant and Bar, Northdale Mabry.
Yeah.
I've heard about it, just haven't been. I've heard good things. Next, Sushi Show Rexley. I've been there twice. So Sushi Show Rexley is an omakase counter in downtown St. Petersburg, and I think they do a really nice job. I've been there twice, and I will be back. Alelo, Beach Drive, St. Pete. I have not been to Alelo, but it's on the list. Bin 6 South. Have you been there?
That's the thing. There's so many restaurants, some of which I've never heard of before, just because my own fault. Other ones I'm interested to go to.
Have you heard of Dorsia? It's like really hard to get into. It's downtown.
What is it?
Dorsia.
American Psycho.
Roxanne.
Are you making this up? I've never heard of it.
It's good. It's
is
good.
that
It's really good.
Is that from American Psycho?
He tries again.
Oh, jeez.
At least Roxy got it.
Then there's Trips Diner on North Florida, which I've heard of.
Yeah, Trips is a great.
Festa, you like Trips.
Yeah, Trips is a great diner.
And then that's it. So that's the Creative Loafing list. And they're just, hey, Creative Loafing, thank you for the article because there's a bunch of places on there that I want to try now.
You know, sometimes you were talking about menu anxiety. There's also restaurant anxiety.
Yes.
How many times
agreed.
do you have where do you want to go? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I like these lists that brings up new places and introduces me to things that I may not have thought about otherwise.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the menu anxiety deal. And there's another story that people are pissed about a restaurant using a robot waiter.
I am too.
Oh, man, these people are pissed off.
Wait, didn't you go to a restaurant recently with a robot waiter?
So
with Jackie?
A couple of months ago, I had a Facebook Live where I kind of talked about some of the things behind the scenes on the MJ Morning Show. And I mentioned that, Wacky Jackie, I like her in small doses, which I do, but she took a little offense to it. So my mea culpa was to have a lunch with her. We went to lunch and we kind of, talked about everything. It was great. But we went to a restaurant where they served your food not too far from here with like a little robot.
All right, two things. And I will get to the menu anxiety because I think it fits in nicely. But first, small town restaurants' robot waiter has enraged the locals and it's driven customers away. Diners watched bemused as Plato approached their table. The 3.5-foot-tall robot spun and paused, presenting them with their lunch. No one moved, unsure what would come next. Like what, it's going to open fire on you? Until a man in cowboy boots reached out and took his hamburger before passing another plate to his companions. Then Plato rolled away back to the Casadero's kitchen. How was the experience? A neighboring customer asked the group, leaning over his chair. But Plato, United Robotics Group's hospitality-oriented Cobiot, hasn't won over everyone in this timber town of Estacada, Oregon. Apparently, this robot server that's bringing food to your table, it has pissed off the bulk of the customers, and they're like, we're never going back. And it's like a small town.
Okay.
Just kind of amazing. A small town gets a robot diner or a server?
You can buy them online. I mean, any restaurateur can probably figure out how to get them. They're a little too hip for the room as far as I'm concerned.
And as far as the robot, do you tip the robot? No,
you should not.
You should not tip the robot.
Please give me a tip.
I'm not. And then if you don't, it opens fire on you like some kind of Terminator thing.
Put your hands up. Next time, tip.
So
hey, you know what a new technological trend I saw at a restaurant this weekend that I do kind of like?
What at?
Is I went to Bon Appetit. Have you been there before?
I have not.
In Dunedin?
I have not.
I loved it, and it was like that's the best place to see a sunset in Tampa Bay. But anyways, when the server came and went through the specials, he held up an iPad and showed photos, like really big, glossy, pretty photos of the specials.
What, in case you don't understand the language?
Yeah, but sometimes you're visual and you want to see what you're going to eat.
Ma'am, you look like you're a functioning illiterate and I know you can't read the menu. So I want to show you what the calamari actually looks like. I'm talking about this.
It's kind of like a picture book, It's yeah. And then
I was a big fan.
And let me segue. let me talk about the menu anxiety.
Right.
Yeah.
3 in 10 adults suffer from menu anxiety. A large menu is hard for many people. Choosing between the endless options. This is one of these study find stories. Survey of 2,000 adults found younger generations were far more likely to have menu anxiety while ordering. 41% of Gen Z and millennials aged 18 to 43 compared with only 15% of Gen X and baby boomers. There's certain places where I love a huge menu. And for instance, Chinese restaurants are one of those places where I love a huge menu, especially if they do it right. And I've mentioned this dozens of times, China Yuan.
Yeah.
For me, China Yuan is the best Chinese in town. And it's on Armenia, just north of Waters, behind that Winn-Dixie shopping center. So it's called China Yuan, Y-U-A-N, China Yuan. And Peter owns the place, been going there for probably 15 years now. And they have a massive menu. And Roxanne, you texted me that your mom was there.
Yeah, she was.
And she was going on my advice, right?
Yes, she's like, I'm at MJ's Chinese food place, and the menu is like, I don't know what to order. She had menu anxiety, because there were so many things on the menu.
Speaking of Asian restaurants, did you see that Seminole Zam He restaurant on Park Boulevard recently was ranked by somebody as the best Chinese restaurant in Florida?
This is where in
it's on Park Boulevard.
Zam He
restaurant. It's past Starkey Road, I believe. But I was there like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
and it was great.
I'd love to try it. Listen, I'm always up for a good. Listen, my restaurant must-hit list is long. There's a ton of places. Listen, we finally got to the Nona Slice House in Safety Harbor. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I have a whole list of places that I need to get to. And you know what? My weeknights might open up a little more now that I'm only doing the MJ Morning Show. Since I ended my afternoon show on Friday after 22 years. And my contract is up here at the end of the year. I might have plenty of time to try all these restaurants.
Your breakfast menu availability might open up next year.
And then the creative loafing list has added even more places that I got to try.
No. Man, am I the only one that always ends up at Chili's?
Yeah.
So menu anxiety.
Yeah, I have the opposite of that because it's like the only thing I do well in life is I'm a really, really good food orderer. Can't say the word.
Hold on. Andrew, was that in my ear? Andrew, turn your mic on. Andrew is telling me that Chili's uses robots now. I haven't been to Chili's in, I don't know if I've ever been to Chili's.
I did have a call that told me that the Chili's in Plant City uses a robot, and I just pulled up from Chili's Facebook page videos of their Rita the robot.
Oh, Rita.
Chili's is using Rita the robot?
Mm-hmm.
I want my baby
back. Then I'm not tipping if I go to Chili's and a robot is serving me.
Why? They need robot. She has a robot family.
I'm not tipping a robot.
I'd like to show you a picture of my son Sprocket.
I caught my husband with another vacuum cleaner.
Hey,
that's a funny
joke.
That's
a good joke.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
All
right. No. Now, I haven't heard anything local yet, but the question is, will there be something local that follows suit? Listen. Up in Georgia, name some very well-known counties in Georgia.
Valdosta.
No, that's a town. That's a city, Valdosta.
Atlanta.
Hazard County.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Hartford.
Come on, guys. You're missing like the big...
Fartford.
What?
DeKalb.
Decatur.
Decatur, Georgia, I think is a city.
We're going to call this one DeKalb. And we're going to call this one Decatur. Yeah, buddy.
Well, because I think in Georgia it is DeKalb.
I don't know.
No, DeKalb County in Georgia. But in Illinois, it's DeKalb. I don't think you pronounce the L. Anyway.
We just meant to call it Calb, but we called it DeKalb.
Andrew, did you say that on the air?
No, Fulton.
Dude, say it on the air.
Say it on the air.
Fulton County.
So Cobb County.
That's
some of the big Georgia counties. Now, it's Cobb County that I'm getting at here.
How about Sister Kissing County? How about that one?
Guys, listen. So Cobb County has announced something. Will our local counties' school systems follow suit? Do you guys know what happens on Monday, April 8th, 2024?
I got no idea. How about you?
That's the day. I got that day written down in my planner.
What's that day?
That's the day we bring the pigs to market and pick the peaches up here in Georgia.
Apparently, April 8th, 2024 is going to be a total eclipse of the sun.
Oh, yeah. It's going to have like a track of darkness.
With the start of the new school year coming very shortly. Listen, our local schools must start in a couple of weeks, right?
I know Hillsborough County starts August 10th.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming fast.
About time.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to dump your kids already?
Took long enough.
Are you sick of your kids already?
Yeah, it's just not easy getting work done.
Get them back to school, man.
When I get punched in the nuts in the middle of a phone call.
There is a total solar eclipse coming to North America. So next April 8th, which happens to be my brother's birthday, Monday, April 8th, 2024, is going to be an early release day for students of all grade levels. So Cobb County, Georgia has already announced, because of the total solar eclipse over North America, next April 8th, they're releasing everyone early from school. The district specifically states there are concerns over student safety in an email to parents laying out the school schedule for the upcoming year. Adding after-school programs will occur as they normally do, with students kept inside the building. April 8th is also the day after spring break for students. So they get back from spring break, and that Monday, we have the total eclipse, and they're going to let the kids out early. Early release day.
This could be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Why is it spooking people?
Well, didn't we have one of these a couple of years ago that had like a track of darkness across the
remember
United
Trump
States?
was staring at it?
I know. I just look right up at it. I know. I'm fine.
Yeah, remember everybody was getting glasses for it and stuff?
I think there was an image of that, yes.
This happened like 5 years ago. Okay, and so it's not the biggest deal in the world, and it's going nowhere near Georgia, and nobody else is freaking out. Just one half hillbilly county in Georgia is like, hey, y'all, you know what?
I think
I'm concerned about the safety of the children.
Why do you guys have to talk like that?
What do you mean? How we
Because
talk?
that's how we talk in Georgia.
How do Georgia people talk?
Well, how do you think they talk, MJ?
Y'all.
I'm just pointing out that there is a certain swath of the country that is going to be total eclipse, but a lot of the country will see a partial eclipse. I don't know the full details on the full aspect of who gets and sees what.
See, I'm a big enough nerd to want to take that day off to travel to one of the eclipse cities to be in the darkness at,
because you've
10:30 in the morning.
You've got the total area, which seems to run through central Texas, up through Little Rock, Indianapolis, up through Cleveland, Buffalo, New York, Burlington, Vermont. But then on either side, you have different variations, like 90%, 80. Like, for instance, Andrew, go ahead and say that on the air.
We should get 55 to 60% in the Tampa Bay area.
So in our area, for the total eclipse coming on April 8th next year, Andrew says we're going to get about 55% eclipse here in Florida.
Yeah, nobody's freaking out except for these people. The school board commissioner, he's like, hey, y'all, I'd like to introduce you to my wife.
You know what? I think I'm going to fly to Little Rock that day.
And my cousin. And there was one woman standing there.
You know, I'm going to go. You know what? Hey, Michelle, I want to go to either Dallas, Little Rock, Poplar Bluff, Indianapolis.
There's a bunch of great cities you can
Buffalo.
travel to. Yeah.
I recommend Indianapolis.
Hey, here's the thing about Little Rock. Right next to a big rock.
Would you guys stop it?
there's all kinds of places you can go.
My forefathers came upon this land and said, hey, look, there's
Guys,
a little rock.
That's right.
They named the whole
I'm turning your mics off. Stop. I'm turning all mics off. We're just going to have dead air. Stop. Stop it.
Y'all want to learn how to mountain dance?
Hey, it ain't my fault you want to piss away comedy.
Guys, I'm taking a break. Stop it.
Call me Roscoe.
What do you call a schoolboy? You might be a redneck.
Will you stop it? Everyone stop it. You're driving me crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got to spit my chewing tobacco out. Hold on.
Folks, when we get back, we will give out in the next segment. When we get back, in the next segment between 9 and 9:20, I will give you the next MJ Cash Stash song that you can listen for to win $1,000 today.
Woo! $1,000. You can buy a lot of vittles for $1,000.
You know what, guys? Give me an aluminum bat. All right. When we get back, we have another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. In fact, Netflix and somebody should call like the Child Protective Services on this woman. So What does Netflix and Child Protective Services have to do with anything? I'm going to explain that. I mean, that ought to be a very interesting thing. You hopefully want to say, what the heck is MJ talking about? Netflix and Child Protective Services? What? I'll explain next, coming up. And then the Cardi B story where, Froggy, did you see that?
That's great. I love her.
Cardi B hurled a microphone at the face of some concert goer.
She's got good aim.
Yeah. Just beamed the person, and we'll tell you why. There's a lot. I haven't even scratched the surface. There's a baby name story you got to hear. That's just scratching the surface. Next segment loaded. Don't move. Back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. At 8:59, minute away from 9 o'clock. And as soon as 9 o'clock hits, that technically opens up the window of revelation where between 9... What are you snickering at over there?
The window of revelation. we come up with it finally after 3 weeks. The window of revelation.
The window of revelation is about to open up. Ladies and gentlemen, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... There it goes. 9 o'clock exactly on the MJ Morning Show. So now, from 9 o'clock to 9:20, sometime I'm going to reveal the next $1,000 MJ Cash Stash song. And you listen for that song to play. Once I give you the title, it'll happen anytime, but guaranteed before 6 o'clock today when you hear it be the seventh caller and win $1,000 with the MJ Cash Stash here on Q105. Stand by. I have a bunch of things I teased. But first, so I've got the Netflix and Department of Children and Families, and I've got this crazy baby name. Froggy's waiting to talk about Cardi B.
Oh, I love it.
Because that's crazy, but there's also, I don't think she counted on this, and we'll explain in a second. But first, are you ready for some breaking news on the MJ Morning Show?
Please.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this. We've already talked about this like twice in the last week, and now we have more. This is an NBC News special report. Here's Fester Dolt. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Fester Dolt here.
Okay, first of all, I can do my own dumb voice.
It has to do with...
I think I know what it has to do.
What do you think it is?
Falafel.
How the... Well, hold on. What did I say that led you to believe that that's where I was going?
Because you said we did it. We had twice in a week, and there's one more, or something like that. And I saw this over the weekend, and
this is crazy. This is like breaking news. I mean, how does this happen? And then it's rocks and pebbles again? Listen, if this is not the lead item on ABC World News Tonight with David Muir,
can I ask a question?
Then I'm going to be very disappointed.
What is a falafel? Is a falafel not what you wash your body with?
That's a loofah.
Why don't you wash your body with a falafel?
What's a falafel? Is that a hack?
It's smashed up chickpeas.
It's a Middle Eastern chickpea
like vomit
dish,
which might be good for your skin if you want to use it with your loofah.
No, it's a fried chickpea ball. It's pretty
This is unbelievable. Trader Joe's has now recalled their falafel. Could we review what Trader Joe's, and I like Trader Joe's, except for the South Tampa parking lot and that mess, which I want to know who got paid off to.
Somebody's on a boat right now.
Who got paid off to approve that zoning for Trader Joe's in South Tampa?
You're obsessed with this.
I am obsessed with it. Jeez. Because when I want to just drive down Swan and the cars are backed up in both directions, it's ridiculous.
Okay,
listen. So, what are they sharing a building with a rock breaking facility?
Right next door.
I like Trader Joe's. There's like a dozen items I love to buy. Now, Trader Joe's has now recalled their falafel over concerns that their falafel might contain rocks.
That's not a good thing, guys.
Are these products being made in a freaking quarry?
Yes.
Golly, what's the next? I need an explanation of this.
Last week we had the windmill almond cookies.
I'm going to go through the list. Roxanne, what were we going to say?
I feel like there's been something else bad found in another one of their products. I thought I read that over the weekend.
Yeah, rocks.
No, like insects or something.
Well, we talked about that on Friday.
Okay, Roxanne,
you weren't here on
Friday.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying two things already.
Okay.
They had the cookie. I'm counting the cookies as one, but there were two varieties of cookies.
Gotcha.
So this technically is the fourth product that is being recalled. So Trader Joe's is recalling its pre-made falafel balls. Why don't you rub falafel balls on your body there, Froggy?
Dude, I'd love to.
Over concerns that the falafel balls might contain rocks. Customers from 34 states and D.C. should ditch their boxes of Trader Joe's fully cooked falafel balls from any time period.
Like from the history of mankind.
What if I have falafel balls in my freezer from 2014? Should I throw those balls away?
Get rid of them.
Should I kick those balls to the curb?
Pop them out.
Should I All right, so this is nuts. Trader Joe's, they've already destroyed all boxes of anything they had like in stock.
Really?
Of the rock-laden chickpea bites.
You couldn't feed them to goats or something?
Listen to this. If you purchased or received any donations of fully cooked falafel, please do not eat them. The company said, how many people, you think people busted their teeth?
Hey, guys. David Caruso here. Sounds like Trader Joe's is going through a rocky situation.
You got to give it. Listen, hey, can
sounds like they're going through a rocky situation.
Hey, Andrew, can you please put that on my button bar so I have it at my fingertips?
David Caruso would like Andrew to be a little quicker. You're about as quick as a snail.
Shut it off. I got a new one.
It's so
No, don't play it yet. So if you haven't figured it out, we're busting on, we're mocking David Caruso from the old CSI Miami.
I will be a reoccurring character.
As he should be.
Where he would drop like a zinger, and that's what starts the show with the music of The Who. So I'm trying to. So there are rocks.
Pebbles.
There are rocks and pebbles inside Trader Joe's products. Let's say it killed somebody. Let's say someone died.
Oh, no, yeah.
And David Caruso, CSI Miami's on the scene trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, I see. There are Trader Joe's falafel balls. I wonder if they were also watching the movie Rocky.
David.
There you go.
That's so bad.
Sorry.
That was terrible.
The real David Caruso is here. The real
right.
David Caruso is here. You know
right.
what? Sounds like Trader Joe's is going through a rocky situation. A little better. Fester, you got anything, you humongous fat ass?
Okay, first of all, David Caruso did not insult fat employees. Second of all, the Trader Joe's falafel is really awful.
That's good. That's good.
What rhymes with falafel?
Roxanne Caruso, do you have anything?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Oh, God.
More gravelly, less breathy.
What is yours?
Less breathy, more gravel.
Who could the suspect be who put these rocks in here? Roxanne? It's terrible.
It's great. No, but serious, you look at the products. So now it's their falafel balls, and they're like, don't eat the balls. Do not put our balls in your mouth. Stop. Throw them away immediately. So
Who'd they hire for their falafel chef? Rocky Dennis from the movie Mask.
Okay,
right, that's enough. Stop.
Cher was his mom.
No, but when asked, listen to this. When Trader Joe's was asked how the rocks landed in their food boxes, the company said, quote, there was an issue in the manufacturing process. that wasn't supposed to get one.
It worked.
It was good. It was good.
Pretty good, though.
What manufacturing process with food do you have? Like, what is there? I don't know, a home and garden center decorative rock conveyor belt right next to the food conveyor belt?
Twice in 1 week over rocks. What's next?
All right, so let me give you the rundown before I move on here. So last week we had their almond windmill cookies and dark chocolate chunk and almond cookies. They were recalled because of rocks in the cookies as well.
Yes.
Then also last week, this was Friday's show, they recalled all of their unexpected broccoli cheddar soup. That's the name of the soup. It's Trader Joe's unexpected broccoli cheddar soup. Well, the name is right because it's unexpected that you'll find bugs in your soup. So they claimed that the broccoli was infested with bugs that made it into the soup. Anyway, I like Trader Joe's. I'm a Trader Joe's fan. Did I ever tell you about the parking mess and the traffic?
God, no.
Did I ever tell you about that? Anyway, other than the South Tampa traffic problem. Did I ever discuss that? I don't know how that place got zoned. All right, moving along.
I can get you on a That's So Tampa podcast if you want. And you can,
Yeah.
get you back.
Boy. All right. So anyway, Netflix and calling Child Protective Services. Listen to this. Headline, I regret having a baby. I'd rather watch Netflix. Is that like a red light? Is that like a siren and warning going off? Is that like, oh my God. A new mom posting on some forum called Mumsnet. Anonymous mom wrote, and I'm thinking Mumsnet. I'm thinking it's
British.
It's got to be British. Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm thinking this is a British deal.
Mums.
But can you imagine? Is that not like a red flag? The mother says, "I regret having my baby. I'd rather be watching Netflix."
How annoying is her baby?
But that is crazy, though. I mean, that should absolutely welcome like a child protective services or a welfare check to make sure the kid is okay when the mother posts that. And who knows if whether it's
be
real.
satire.
I mean, it could be
Yeah.
satire, but still, just the thought of this got me thinking. That's a scary proposition.
I mean, Netflix is pretty good.
All right, speaking of babies, are you ready for the most ridiculous baby name? This woman says that, and this happened out in Los Angeles. My sister, this is another Reddit post. This lady says that her sister chose the most mortifying baby name. My sister has never been close to my family because she moved to LA to become an influencer. Oh my God, these influencers. I want to throw rocks at them from Trader Joe's cookies.
That's right.
Yeah. So my sister has never been close to the family. She moved to LA to become an influencer, and she's trying to live the LA influencer lifestyle.
What is that involved?
This was on that forum that we love, Am I the A-hole? On Reddit. This is great. So it turns out she named her kid this ridiculous name. Are you ready? K-Y-N. Roxanne, I'm going to say this. Try to pronounce this name.
Okay.
The baby's name is K-Y-N-Z-L-Y-N-L-E-I-G-H-A. Everella.
L-E-I-G-H-A.
Say it again. Can you say it slower?
It's Kinsley Lele.
You know, you're close.
Kinsley. I love that
The
song.
baby's name, K-Y-N-Z-L-Y-N-L-E-I-G-H-A, and then like a hyphen, E-V-E-R-E-L-L-A.
Wait. Say the hyphen part? I totally missed that part.
I said Everella.
Everella.
I just said Everella because the other part is tough to. So the baby's name is the K-Y-N-Z, and then Everella. So it's pronounced Kinslin Leah Everella.
Kinslin Leah Everella, come here. Dinner's ready. Kinslin Leah Everella.
What the hell is wrong with this person?
I like it.
You could just call her Kinsley.
I mean, it gives you a lot of options for nicknames.
It's almost
Lynn,
like
Kin.
It's almost like every alphabet letter is used.
Yeah. Except the X.
I don't see an X, but there's a Y, a Z,
a V.
There's no W or Q.
She got a lot of the tough letters in there, though. Kinslin, Leah, Xarella.
You know, I don't see a B.
I don't know.
There's A.
I guess you could switch it to Beverella.
Yeah. So it's missing. It's missing a couple of.
Let's go through the whole alphabet and see which ones. A Q. There's not a Q.
Man, there's no. Yeah, we said Q already.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a crazy name. So other Redditors were like also like taken aback. They were like, it's a terrible name. So
what's that medication for?
Right?
Oh, Andrew wants to know if it's a medication.
We heard him.
Yeah. Hey, what? I can't tell when he's on the air or in my ear because there's no delineation. in my headphones.
This is your conscience speaking.
Hey, what was that? What was that medication where he pulled the? Do you have that? What was that There's a commercial we're running for some medication.
And then like the name is like Rizzle Skrizzle Bizzle.
Yeah,
right
it's
in the
like
middle?
Rizzle Skrizzle Bedizzle Shizzle for Grizzle.
Is it Ozempic?
I can't remember the commercial, what the actual drug is, but the name of the drug, it's like it has the brand name, but then it has the pharmaceutical name. Do you have it? Folks, this is really from a commercial we're running for a pharmaceutical product. Listen to this.
Risankizumab Rizza.
It does sound like it.
That just sounds like a Snoop song.
Andrew, do you remember what commercial that was for? What drug that's? It's like a well-known drug, but it's Risankizumab Rizza or whatever. Do you have it?
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi. Risankizumab Rizza, a prescription only 150
You talked over it, Fester.
Risankizumab Rizza, a prescription. Risankizumab Rizza.
Go back to the Skyrizi.
150 milligram injection.
Sounds like you're going to put
therapy. Now there's Skyrizi. Risankizumab Rizza.
It sounds like you're going to put a skip spell on someone.
It sounds like a rapper.
Rhythm Kizm Umbrella.
Think of this new rapper on the scene. Yo, I'm Rhythm Kizm.
It's like Snoop Dogg is.
Yeah,
That's what it's
for
like.
real. You know what? Snoop Dogg should endorse Rhythm Kizm Umbrella or Kinsey Lelele. Can you imagine if she endorsed it? Hi, I'm Kinsey Lelele Umbrella. I'm here to tell you must take Rhythm Kizm Umbrella.
Rhythm Kizm.
What an influence.
I mean, it sounds like they're screwing around with that thing. Rhythm Kizm Abrizza. Roll that again. Am I saying it right? Rhythm Kizm Abrizza? One more time.
Risankizumab Rizza.
I am Rhythm Kizm Abrizza.
Aren't they quoting that one news reporter that had a brain aneurysm on
live
there?
on TV?
She was like, remember Rhythm
Oh,
Kizm
you're
Rizza.
right.
Like-
Hey, Fester, bring that up. Hey, Andrew, get ready with Rhythm Kizm Abrizza.
I don't
All right,
know.
Fester, go to YouTube.
I think that's where they got it, dude.
Go to YouTube. Yeah, type in KCBS reporter stroke.
I know there's a Birchin in there.
KCBS stroke. Right there. All right, play that. Play that right there.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. Just play it. That's from
I'm
YouTube.
looking for a Rhythm Kizm.
All right, hang on. There's a commercial.
Yeah,
Hit play.
I think I should do a little more research.
Yeah, hang on. That's it.
This is a report.
That's it. Just let it roll.
There you go.
This is it.
All right. We
Oh
gotta play this.
no, I got
It's
a
15
second
ad, too.
freaking
All right, it's only 12.
State Farm commercial with Jake. Jake, shut your clown hole. I need
It's
to.
new Jake. It's new woke Jake, who's all buff.
All right, hang on a minute. All right, here we go. Is it going to play now? All right,
Yeah.
hang on a minute. All right, let me see. Yeah, here's the actual audio. Let me roll it back.
Liberation, her report on the Grammys.
Yeah, it makes me flip. This was more. Branson seems impaired.
Her words, which neurologists
Fester,
quote.
can't you?
They're not
no,
playing it.
I told you it's a report.
Yeah, I
but
want
I'm
the-
just like, no, just play it. I'm telling you,
You really suck at searching.
yeah, because I can't hear it because
Yeah.
we play it live on the air. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the original.
Rhythm Kizm and Birchin.
You're in Google.
Anyway, when she went into her crazy talk, it sounded like Rhythm Schism Abrizza. All right, on to Cardi. Oh, what time is it? 9:18. All right, let me give out. Sorry, folks. We're having just too much fun here. I meant to do this earlier. First, though, I've got today's Cash Stash song. Who's ready for today's Cash Stash song?
Froggy.
I am.
Okay.
This is what you're waiting for. Today's Cash Stash song is Rock With You by Michael Jackson.
Oh, so good.
So Rock With You by Michael Jackson. That song is guaranteed to play before 6 p.m. during the workday here on Q105. When you hear Michael Jackson Rock With You, which happens to sound be the seventh caller at 800-990-1047 and win $1,000. It's the Cash Stash song for today, guaranteed to play before 6, and you could be the next $1,000 winner. We've already given away $15,000. Another $5,000 this week, and the first one is today on Monday, so good luck from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. What do
I
you
want
got?
to rock with you. Should be Trader Joe's like new theme
Yeah.
song.
For all their stuff that's getting recalled.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanna rock.
Trader Joe's.
Chip your tooth.
I like that. That's great. All right, moving on. Cardi B. Froggy, this is your favorite story of the day?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Cardi B and the way she flips on people.
Cardi B was in Las Vegas during a performance on Saturday, and somebody throws a drink at her. Somebody launches a drink at her, and then Cardi B just propels her wireless microphone at the person's face and just hurls it like a missile.
It was a great throw.
Yeah, it really was. Hit the target. She was doing a song called Bodak Yellow. Is that it?
Oh, that's a big- Bodak Yellow?
How do you pronounce? I don't even
It's
know.
your big hit, man.
Is that what it is?
Can we play some of it?
She was at
Probably
Dre's. She was at Dre's Beach Club in Las Vegas when the fan held up a decorated white cup and threw the liquid right at her. And Cardi B took her microphone and just winged it at the person's face.
The person was right in front of her.
Oh yeah, it was like
So
somebody
you
right.
could see exactly who did it.
Exactly. Now, what's interesting? Now, do you have the audio? Yeah, play the audio here if you can. Oh, did you hear that?
She hit something.
Oh my gosh, she just hurls the microphone. I mean, just beans the person. But also, you see the water come at her and she just beans it.
I wouldn't mess with her.
But you know what's quite amazing is that she was still singing after the
the music doesn't
the
stop.
music
or
didn't
change.
stop. Yeah,
that's all. Oh, that's what they do.
Yeah.
The rappers all do that.
Just lip syncing. That's it. Just
well, they play the normal track that you hear on the
No,
radio, and then
but
they just go along with
But
it.
she was still singing even after she stopped singing and she threw her microphone. The words are still coming out of the speakers. So it's like a total recording. But yeah, don't mess with Cardi B, man, because a microphone like that to the face, that'll take out some teeth, man.
So there's other video, which I don't know if we can play because of the language.
Yep.
Where it was so hot, she was telling people to throw water at her on the stage.
Are you serious?
There's an earlier video.
Right.
It's on X, on the old Twitter, the Juice Pop. And it says, new video shows Cardi B telling fans to splash her with water.
All right, hold on.
And
Let's
goes,
make sure it's safe for broadcast.
I'm reading the text and nothing about it is safe.
Well, hang on. Let's
that
listen.
bleep feels good. I'll put that bleep in my bleep.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Hardy.
Yeah,
All right, hold on. Get this to Andrew, and we'll have to bleep it.
No kidding.
We have our final segment next. Hold on. We got a lot of things to do in the final segment, including apparently some bleeped up good Cardi B after the microphone shock, but she might have prompted people to do it.
At one point, she's like, "Oh, it's so hot out here. Throw some water up at me."
Well, then what's she thinking then?
I think it was vodka.
All right, hold on. We're gonna have to do a forensic analysis.
I'll be here.
We're gonna have to bring David Caruso back from CSI Miami to help us with this. Next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Hey, if you're moving or if you know someone. Stones
season finale.
Last night they ran 2 episodes, folks. That show is hysterical. I think Danny McBride is a freaking genius. You know, I don't want to meet many people, but I would like to meet Danny McBride.
Let's try to arrange that for you.
Yeah, well,
He's
yeah. Why don't you work that out for me? But they ended season 3 last night. HBO ran 2 back-to-back episodes. I think episode 8, episode 9.
Is it over now?
No. I think it's been renewed for a 4th season. So I mean, it's so irreverent. If you have HBO or Max, Righteous Gemstones, watch it from the beginning.
Does the show end when John Goodman dies?
Oh, great.
I mean, he's looking old.
He's not. He's lost a ton of weight. I think he actually extended his life quite a bit. Hey, Andrew, did you get the Cardi B stuff? Is it ready to go? Is it edited? Did we have to bleep anything out? Is it ready to go?
So much.
Yeah, I think I have a clip ready to go.
All right, so
and if I missed anything, be sure to drop it.
Okay. Fester pointed out that there is social media video circulating where Cardi B actually told the fans it's so hot, throw water at me.
Something that's the very G-rated version of what she said.
All right, now the story that we covered in the last segment was the fact that Cardi B was in Vegas and a fan in the audience threw liquid at her, and she takes her wireless microphone and hurls it like a missile at the person's face. I mean, might have cracked out teeth. But then Fester says, hey, there's a little more to the story. There's video showing Cardi B telling fans to splash water on her because she's so hot.
I don't believe it.
So, and the story goes on to say it's not clear how much time passed from when she said splash me down to the time the guy actually threw the drink, but they're wearing the same dress. It's the same stage, so it couldn't have been too long.
All right, here we go. Andrew, roll the audio. Let's listen. Hit it.
Put that in my bitch. Come on. Yeah, bitch.
All right, can you sort of...
She said that.
There was so many bleeps in that.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand.
Yeah.
She was talking, somebody splashed water to her, and she said, that stuff feels good. I'll put that stuff in my, and she gets very graphic about her body.
Her mouth?
All right, roll it again. Hit it. One more time.
Her bladder?
Go.
Bitch, come on. Yeah, bitch.
Okay, play the whole thing again.
Yeah, play it one more time. Go.
Put that in my bitch. Come on.
Put that stuff up in my...
Yeah.
So she seems to be encouraging people throwing water at her.
She's talking about her bladder?
Now, what else do you have, Andrew?
After the mic throwing incident,
After
this
she
is what she
hurled,
said.
after she beamed the fan with the mic.
Yes.
Okay, hit it.
After all that.
Okay.
I said splash my face, bitch.
All right, so what'd she say? She said something about somewhere, but not my face, bitch, or something like that. Is that? Hold on. Say it again. Mic's up now. Go.
She wanted people to splash her someplace other than her face, which is what the person did.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's tough.
I have only become a bigger Cardi B fan because of this.
Why is that?
Because
are you like physical abuse?
I would like to see the face of the individual that got hurled in the kisser with a wireless microphone. That's what
I
I
would
would
have
like
wanted to keep the mic.
Yeah. Did you know that Sofia Vergara was in Tampa on Saturday night?
I saw a picture of her in Tampa.
She was at the Edition. What do Sofia Vergara and Michelle and I have in common? Well,
they're
you
both
guys
dating or married to extremely old, unattractive men.
You went to court with someone over your embryos?
What? No. Well, Michelle and I were at the Edition, and we were there not this past Saturday, the Saturday before, thanks to the Edition for inviting us down to a little fam trip, and it was fantastic. We went to Lilac. Dinner was outrageously fantastic. It was superb. In fact, we're going back in September. I got to make a reservation because we're going to bring some friends to Lilac. But Sofia Vergara posted on her Instagram, caption was like Tampa Nights, and she was a photograph taken inside the Edition.
That's cool.
In downtown Tampa. And I'd like to point out that the New York Post made a pretty big mistake. And I don't know if, let me see if I've heard back, because I wrote the reporter for the New York Post. Page 6 had a story, and it ran yesterday, page 6, and it had a picture of Sofia Vergara getting out of a car or going to a car wearing like this leopard print type outfit. And it said, and this is her stepping out, after the announcement that she's divorcing with her husband. And this is her stepping out Saturday in L.A. I'm like, no. That is incorrect. Saturday, she was here in Tampa. So Modern Family's Sofia Vergara was in Tampa, and she was downtown, and she was at the Edition in downtown. She was not in Los Angeles. So that's completely erroneous reporting from the New York Post.
I don't like you know what, Sophia, just leave.
Do you know why she was in Tampa?
I do not.
She was in town to promote.
HSN. Was she? Did she do? She
So maybe you do know.
Oh, no, that's right. I do know. You're correct. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she
Yeah,
has.
that makes
She's
sense.
got some kind of cosmetics deal with home shopping.
Good for
right?
her.
Yeah.
She looks good in that picture.
Yeah. Let me see if the New York Post responded. No, nothing. Nothing from the. I sent the message over because you can like click on the reporter's name and then email the reporter.
Yeah.
And I sent an email, and they did not respond back.
There was a bigger, real celebrity here recently.
Yeah, who's that?
Pauly Shore.
Oh, that's right.
Last weekend he did his
bigger than Sophia. That's for sure.
Yeah. So Pauly Shore was in town. Did you go see him?
Absolutely not.
Anybody go to Comic-Con?
Nope.
No, I missed that one too.
Yeah.
Comic-Con was here?
Yeah.
Julian said I should have gone to Comic-Con.
Did he go?
I mean, comics go?
Yeah.
Like
Yes, Andrew.
Bill Burr?
Yeah, he was actually both at Comic-Con and at Side Splitters.
Oh, so he did both.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
good for Paul. I'm sure it was a good show. Or not.
Anyway, speaking of Sofia Vergara, and listen, I don't particularly like fall over her. I don't dislike her, but just timing wise, I thought this was interesting that she was in Tampa over the weekend. Sofia Vergara. How do you pronounce that? Teresa? Is it? People say Judas, but isn't it like Judice or?
It's Judice.
Are you sure?
No, so
Yeah, I don't know.
originally
I'm talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa Giudice. Didn't her husband? Didn't they both go to prison or something?
So
right.
the first couple of seasons of Real Housewives of New Jersey, she pronounced it Teresa Giudice. And then Real Italian said that is nothing like the pronunciation.
Giudice.
Yeah, so
right?
she changed it. But
Her husband's like a mobster.
so her husband was born in Italy. I think he was deported. And
Back
now
to
they're broken
Italy.
up. It's a big mess. But
She's remarried
Yeah, she's
already.
trash.
Yeah, speaking of Italy, and I'll get to that in a second. Yes, we were watching Godfather 2 on Saturday night.
I love that movie.
But here's the deal. We're getting Julian prepped up for NYU Film School, and we've put together, Michelle's done a phenomenal job, and, I'm conferring with Michelle. We're trying to put together a list of movies that Julian has seen a lot of movies, but we're just making sure that he's seen a lot of the movies that might come up during his education at NYU Film School.
Like Blues Brothers.
Absolutely.
No, good movies.
They love that movie. He's been watching that since he was 3. Now, as far as The Godfather, we watched Godfather 1 on Friday night, and we watched Godfather 2 on Saturday night after we got back from the Nona Slice house in Safety Harbor.
No, give 3 a chance. I want to say give 3 a chance.
God, 3 is the worst. We will not be watching Godfather 3. That was
Whatever,
that
dude.
was an abomination.
So he hooks up with his cousin. That's kind of weird.
But
other
anyway,
than that,
let me go back to Teresa Giudice, Judas, whatever the hell it is.
Giudice.
So,
Giudice.
and so what does she have to do with Sofia Vergara being in Tampa? Well, nothing about her being in Tampa, but I saw an item yesterday that Teresa Giudice, or whatever it is, she says that Sofia Vergara was the rudest celebrity she's ever met.
Maybe she caught her on a bad day.
Well, they met backstage apparently at some talk show, and apparently she claims that. Oh, she says that Vergara should be nice because she's an immigrant. That's.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what Teresa said.
Teresa.
So I'm not going to take Teresa's face value statement, but like Vergara's going through a separation right now. She's getting divorced.
Yeah, we brought that up.
Yeah, and I was reading a story about her that said when she was divorced the first time because she got pregnant at, when she was in her 20s or whatever, that she would only have sex on dates in hotel rooms because she could never bring the guys back to the house. And
Atta girl.
Yeah.
So this xenophobic reality star gets a rip on Sofia Vergara. Shut up, Judice.
Excuse me?
No, Teresa Giudice doesn't have a.
No, Teresa Giudice is
Has a New Jersey
Spanish, and Sophia's from New Jersey.
Italian, and she's from New Jersey, and she talks like this, talks like a trucker.
I think I got it backwards.
Hey, Sofia Vergara was rude. Screw you, trash.
Man, you hate every other Italian.
I do. Except
Fester, what is your deal?
No, listen.
Do you like Fredo? Do you like Sonny?
I like Sonny.
I always knew it was you, Fredo.
I never liked Fredo.
Sleep with the fishes, huh?
Never liked Fredo.
Oh, man, I saw Godfather 1 and 2 for probably, I don't know, the 10th time.
You don't come to Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that.
Man, The Godfathers are still phenomenal. Now, listen, you can see how much those movies set the tone for Goodfellas and Casino and Donnie Brasco, all those. And, Michelle busts me because I love mob movies. I love mob books. I'm appalled at their antics. Activity and antics. Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yes, I am. I'm looking at what I'm leaving on the table.
Everything.
We have a lot for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
Listen,
prep.
it's been a great Monday show.
Yeah.
It's been a great Monday show. So, did I leave anything on the table that was urgent from any of you guys?
No.
No.
All right. Then I guess we'll see everybody tomorrow morning.